Formula One leaves Japan with a new world champion and heads stateside. It's the United States Grand Prix in Austin, Texas, Circuit of the Americas. So just 4 races remain, the United States and Mexico forming a back-to-back before we break up again with Sao Paulo and Abu Dhabi. Red Bull have completely dominated the second half of the standings as well, winning all races since the summer break. Will they have much luck in the last 4 races as they go for the Constructors' Championship? In the Drivers' Championship, Max Verstappen has already been crowned the world champion with the victory quite very much again controversy in the Japanese Grand Prix, meaning that he goes up by just 1 point. He claimed it last time out. The battle is on though for second place between Sergio Perez and Charles Leclerc, just 1 point between them. George Russell and Carlos Sainz also in a personal battle. Hamilton pretty much adrift on his own, with Lando Norris also safe in 7th. The battle for 8th though between Ocon and Alonso Bottas is heating up, and Vettel now overtakes Ricciardo in 11th. On the second half of the table, it's Danny Ricciardo in 12th. Gasly is in 13th as well, just slightly behind. He's in a battle with Magnussen too. And then Stroll, Schumacher and Tsunoda in a battle over 15th. Zhou Guanyu also just about holding on to 18th. And then Albon and Latifi are also once again doing battle as teammates now, with Latifi scoring points for the first time this season. Nick de Vries goes down to 21st, and Nico Hulkenberg, as only reserve driver this year, still on no points. Red Bull then stand the first chance to win a Constructors' Championship for the first time since 2013. But with the cost cap drama looming, who knows what that could change in the future. Ferrari are in a battle now once again with Mercedes. Alpine and McLaren swapping places for the 5th race running. Alfa Romeo and Aston Martin now joined by Haas and AlphaTauri in their battle. Haas and AlphaTauri level on points. Williams on 8 points, still largely adrift. It's the 2021 United States Grand Prix with Carlos Sainz on pole position and Max Verstappen alongside. One minute to go then in qualifying 1 here for the United States Grand Prix. In the drop zone at the moment, Yuki Tsunoda, who's on a lap time, as well as Alexander Albon, Danny Ricciardo, Kevin Magnussen and Zhou Guanyu. Latifi is 15th as well. He's on a 1:37.244. Zhou had a lap time deleted from him as well earlier on in the session for exceeding track limits at turn 12. The big question is, can Tsunoda get out of the drop zone in the next 35 seconds? Ricciardo set a good first sector time, Tom, and I don't know about Tsunoda, but he's looking quite good to the middle sectors.
He's improving on his lap. He's going to head through that turn 19 now, gets it absolutely nailed on, right up to the curb, not too much over, down into turn 20, 3rd gear, bit of an early apex for Tsunoda, floors the throttle up to the line. Will it be faster? It will. 9th position for Yuki Tsunoda. He is safe.
And
Meanwhile,
yeah, go on, Josh.
Meanwhile, Vettel went up to 8th, but Gasly takes 8th away from Vettel. So currently, it's Gasly 8th, Vettel 9th, Tsunoda 10th. As the checkered flag comes out.
Here's the checkered flag. Ricciardo coming to the line then. He goes up into 13th position, so does get through. Ocon is in the drop zone. Both Williams in there too. Cross the line. Ocon goes 14th. That puts Lando Norris at risk as things stand. Here comes Magnussen towards the line to take the checkered flag. He goes through, so the track is improving out there after the first sectors. Norris is in big trouble. So is Esteban Ocon. Zhou Guanyu's coming through as well. And I can't see anybody else improving. Albon's improving as well. Adam, there goes Norris. He goes safe. So Ricciardo's at risk. Ocon's kicked out. Adam, do you think Zhou will go through?
Yes.
Bottas has gone 11th. Here comes Zhou towards the line, 20th in the moment, and does go through. Ricciardo is kicked out of qualifying. So it's Schumacher, Latifi and Albon left. Albon goes 15th. Out goes Magnussen. What about Latifi? He's quick in the second sector, but we saw this in Hungary. He was fastest in sector 1, personal best sector 2, slow sector 3, and still was 20th on the grid. Are we about to see a repeat of what we saw in Hungary towards the line? Blasting it out at turn 20 of the Andretti. And he has done it. He hasn't done it again. It's exactly the same. Carbon copy of Hungary. Still personal best and still goes 20th. Hamilton goes 4th. Vettel stays 11th. So, yeah, Magnussen, Ricciardo, Ocon, Schumacher and Latifi are the first eliminations of qualifying here in America. And I think this is what happened to Schumacher up at turn 1.
Oh, it looks like he's gone deep. He's not locked up. He's locked up the rears, actually. And he's spun all the way around. That is disappointment for Mick Schumacher. That is not how you qualify into qualifying 2. He's locked up. It's a very deep corner there. The car bouncing around on him. And it just was too much. It's a rookie error, really. Let's be honest with it. And unless there's been a brake failure or anything there, should be doing better, Mick Schumacher, to be blunt about it.
So, in the first part of qualifying, the American team is eliminated with Magnussen 16th and Schumacher at 19th. Ricciardo is out as well in one of his favourite Grand Prix of the year. Esteban Ocon, you must say, is one of the surprises of the session, down in 18th position after a strong weekend so far. And Nicholas Latifi in 20th, as usual. 2 minutes to go then in the second part of qualifying here for the American Grand Prix in the drop zone at the moment. It's Alexander Albon, Yuki Tsunoda, Lance Stroll, Pierre Gasly and Sebastian Vettel as well. Gasly and Vettel haven't actually set a lap time competitively in this second session. That's a big word to say at 11 o'clock at night, 11:38 at night. As onto the start-finish straight then comes Pierre Gasly up towards turn 1. He's 14th at the moment. Gasly going to Alpine next year though, Adam. Is it a good move to get out of the AlphaTauri Red Bull battle? I mean, we've already seen him on a lock-up in this second session and then complaining that it wasn't his fault and he's trying his best. It seems like a toxic work environment.
I think next year Pierre Gasly is going to do really well. So I can't wait to see how he does.
Tom, do you reckon he'll be a race winner again?
If Alpine can get that car correct and the regulations end up being closing the gap, then yeah, I don't see why not.
And Josh as well, who do you think is going to be the biggest shock to get eliminated here? Because we've got a lot of unknowns in there. We've got the 2 Alfa Romeos going up. We've got Albon very close to the top 10. But it's just so confusing to see who's actually setting the best times. Albon goes 8th. How about that? 136.368. Albon's electric out there.
Incredible, Alex Albon. He's been so good in that Williams. Well, he's been decent in that Williams this year. Had a couple of standout performances, and maybe this is another one. I have to say, out of all the teams, I don't like the concept of supporting an F1 team, but Williams definitely my favourite. Definitely have a soft spot for.
I have a soft spot for McLaren. Don't know why. I just do. Don't know why.
Well, you can put a gun to my head and said, which F1 team do you support? I mean, Williams, really.
Yeah. Tsunoda goes to 9th position. Checkered flag is out then, so Tsunoda will go 9th. Gasly goes 10th. Both AlphaTauris through, kicked out both Alfa Romeos at the moment as well. Here comes Sebastian Vettel. He's 15th at the moment across the line, just over the rumble strips, and goes 9th. 136.398 then for Vettel. Stroll's 15th, just behind him, but it's a bit of a lackluster end to Q2 here. Stroll goes 7th, so that definitely kicks Gasly out. Vettel's at the cusp as well. Norris crosses the line, goes 9th, so that's Aston Martin out for Vettel in his last appearance at Kota, but Norris is nowhere safe because Bottas, Zhou and Tsunoda are all looking quite quick, especially Bottas and Zhou, so Norris might just get kicked out of qualifying, which means both McLaren start outside the top 10. Bottas goes 9th. Watch out now for Zhou. Alonso's 8th, so he might just put himself higher up the order. Albon is on a lap time as well, trying to look. Oh, he's backed off, so Albon's out of qualifying by 27 thousandths of a second. Alonso goes 7th, just behind Lewis Hamilton, but across the line, sideways almost comes Zhou Guanyu and does go 9th. Norris is out of qualifying, and I don't think anyone else is going to improve on the order. Yeah, Albon 150, he's out of in the pit lane. Albon is out, starts 12th on the grid. Norris out too, as well as Vettel, Gasly and Tsunoda. The 2 Mercedes may as well just back up here, Tom, and not do any more running.
Well, they won't. They'll go to the line anyway. Every extra little bit of running is running at least. Russell goes 6/10 slower than Charles Leclerc. Hamilton is going to cross the line. What's he going to do? With the yellow accents, he jumps up to 5th ahead of Perez, but it was really academic in the end, and nothing really major there. Norris, Albon, Vettel, Gasly and Tsunoda, the 5 knocked out of the pointless Q2 session, and well, the rest will advance. Lance Stroll is in the top 10 as well.
Oh, wow. Oh, and Zhou, just look at that. Zhou Guanyu's just had his lap time deleted. Zhou Guanyu for the second time. He is out. And Lando Norris does progress through to Q3, and my friend, who's a massive Lando Norris fan, has probably just punched the air.
Turn 12 again.
Oh, second time. So that is it. So Albon, Vettel, Gasly, Tsunoda, and Zhou out of the session. Green light goes on, and away we go then for qualifying number 3. The cars leave the pit lane, and this is the top 10 shootout. 12 minutes then, a maximum of 3 runs each. Who is going to be the fastest in the pole sitter? Verstappen, Russell, Alonso, Bottas, Norris, Leclerc, Sainz, Hamilton, Perez and Stroll have gone out there onto the circuit. And yeah, we're just talking about commentators standing up in the commentary box. And what was that, Tom? You went to the football the other day and you can't stand up quite well? What's happened?
Standing up for 90 minutes, at the end of the day, I realised my back can't take it now. So.
Well, you know what you need to do, don't you? The Murray Walker approach. You need to rock on your hips throughout the session to sort of guide your weight between the two. I mean, I'm having problems doing that at the moment because I went go-karting, as you know, yesterday, and I've done all my sides because everything's so injury, but you just rock your pelvis a little bit from side to side and it shifts the weight across as well. So you can stand for longer periods of time. So I end up doing the
go-karting's the reason for my ruined back, unfortunately.
Of course. Yeah.
Not a fan, I have to say. But anyway, back to the pressing matters at hand of the session. Obviously, we're expecting Verstappen, for me anyway, to make pole position.
Everybody.
Yes, everyone is, I think. However, could you imagine if Lance Stroll sprung a surprise and everyone just got the timing bang on? It won't happen. Could you imagine?
Well, Stroll where was he in practice at the same time yesterday on the board? Here he is. Lance Stroll was 4th in practice 1. So he could be second row. It's not out of the question. So, yeah, I could still do it. Lando Norris is taking part in this session. Go on, Josh.
Yeah, Lance Stroll did a 137.460 in practice 1 and then did a 140.806 in practice 2, but practice 2 was on the test tyre and was very, very boring.
It was indeed, as Russell starts his first lap time then on the board as well. Out of turn 1, he's rising up 30.5 metres high as well from sea level, and Russell's backed up the lap time immediately though. So what did he not like coming out of turn 1? Car looked fine.
Yeah, that was a very quick abort, and Norris flying past, going through the Mickey Mouse section of Sector 1.
Watch out for Verstappen though, guys, because look, he's on his own on the driver tracker that we've got up here. Verstappen is completely on his own, and everyone else is sort of paired up. Leclerc's the same actually. He's got Perez just behind him.
Yeah, but Verstappen will catch up to Alonso and Russell definitely by the end of the lap, it looks like.
Yeah, Russell's going to back off and give a toe to Verstappen, not really meaning to, and Alonso's coming through as well. So this is the first lap times then of qualifying. Norris then in the first sector. If we didn't have a grid penalty of 10 places, Megan would be incredibly happy right now because it's Alonso fastest both sectors. 26.087 first sector, 38.8 second sector. And if Alonso takes pole, he has a grid penalty. I don't think Megan will be too pleased. Oh, good. Verstappen's taken second sector, Leclerc's taken first sector. I don't really think that would be the thing. Adam, do you think that Bottas was a 136.747? I'll get to you in a second, Adam, because we're going to question about Alonso. Here comes Norris across the line. For his first time in the session, it's a 136.566. And Verstappen nearly hits one of the sideways cars of Russell coming through turn 18. He's got a big wiggle on, and Verstappen's pushing hard, but is understeering like crazy as he comes into the last corner. Boots it hard out of Andretti. Cross the line, that comes to you quite quickly. It's a 135.044. Beat that, he says to everybody else. Verstappen on course then for provisional pole number 19 of his career. But Charles Leclerc might try and take it away, but he has a grid penalty, so watch out for Sainz in the second Ferrari to try and take it away as well. And Adam, my question to you about Alonso was, if he is up there as well in one of the last couple of races before he goes to Aston, I reckon Sao Paulo might be a good race where he could possibly get a podium, maybe even a win. It's that type of track.
Absolutely, Josh. And if Alonso were to get a win,
Leclerc goes top, 134.624. So Leclerc goes fastest. What about Perez coming across the line? 9th, third. 135, 117. So Sainz is the next one. Go on, Adam.
Yeah. Get.
We're struggling to hear you at the
So,
moment.
Josh, you may have to find a way to control your sister.
Yeah, might have to. It's in there. But look at that. Hamilton's taken second because of Leclerc's provisional pole. But with his grid penalty, Sainz has taken provisional pole and Hamilton's gone and slotted into second. So it's a front row start for the first time this year for Lewis Hamilton if things end the way they are. With Sainz in P2 and now look at Russell. Russell might be on for provisional pole here if he can get ahead of Sainz this time. It's not that unbelievable. What do you think, Tom?
He's right on the bubble, isn't he? George Russell heading through turn 19, now absolutely on the edge of the car. He's going to absolutely nail it out of the penultimate corner, down into the final corner. George Russell hard onto the brakes and then floors the throttle very early. Is it going to be enough? It won't. It's sixth position. It's a huge anti-climax, 6/10 of a second off. You just felt that was going to be a flash of purple in sector 3, didn't you?
Yeah.
A fastest lap time.
Lost so much time, Josh.
Yeah, he did, and it would have been amazing to see a purple sector 3, but Hamilton's done incredibly well at Dakota. He's not got wins this season, he's got a win every single season he's raced in F1. Is Kota this weekend, tomorrow even, in 6 minutes today, later on today in the UK, will he get his first win of the season as a change of tyres for the world champion Max Verstappen to go out and try and get provisional pole?
Well, Lewis Hamilton's had the best qualifying at this track of pole position 3 times, 16, 17 and 18. He had a hat-trick as well. He won here, well, he won in Indianapolis in 2007, then won here again in 2012 when the circuit opened, and then won here consecutively from 2014 all the way until 2017. On that way as well, he crowned his third World Drivers' Championship back in 2015 here at this circuit. So it's not impossible for Lewis to pull something out the bag here as well. With 5 minutes to go, he needs to find another, what, 10th and a half? Is it, Tom, on the timer screen? 0.323 and Sainz is 0.159.
Yeah, I would say a 10th and a half, maybe a 10th and a quarter, but it's not impossible, as you said, as Max Verstappen comes out of the pit lane.
You guys still...
0.420 gap to leader. No jokes, please.
420.
I was waiting. Oh, my word. I mean, I was waiting for it.
We'll just get Brian and Stewie Griffin to start singing a bag of weed. As well. That's a fantastic song. Go on.
Stroll, by the way, is heading through the final couple of corners now. Down into turn 19, again, all on the curb. Into that exit curve of turn 19, now into Andretti, third gear again. A little bit of a later apex than we normally see, but short shifting through the gears, only goes 7th Lance Stroll, 135.8 still. Outperforming his teammate, of course, in this Q3 session. The only Aston Martin in the session. With 3 minutes and 48 seconds to go, he's going to be right on the bubble to get another lap in here, Lance Stroll.
So's Adam. So's Lewis to get out there as well. And Adam, do you reckon Lewis could take a surprise pole or even a surprise win tomorrow? If he gets out in front, he's going to be pretty much unstoppable, isn't he? Even with a bad car.
Yeah, Josh. Lewis Hamilton hasn't had the best years this year because we've seen what Max Verstappen has done. But if Lewis Hamilton can win the pole here and get a win tomorrow, that would be really good for him, his team, and everyone at Mercedes. He wants to win really badly, so I could see it happening tomorrow at Coda.
I just want to say, F1 Highlights, which is Synthal, has just texted me saying, I'm so good at predicting, facepalm. Perez P1 in quali could happen, X. Vettel top 5 in race, X. So, yeah, it's not going to happen, is it? So, sorry, Synthal, you're good at cursing rather than predicting, which seems to be the running factor. Look at that, we've got cars leaving the pit lane of Bottas, Alonso, Perez and Norris, but Verstappen, look at that, immediately. He hasn't even done it, has it? He's come across the line to start a lap time, but he's backed out immediately. He wanted no part of this DRS train that they're going to give, and Russell is going to tow Hamilton because they know Mercedes Mercedes could be on for a front row start here. And on pole position, correct me if I'm wrong, Josh, you've done the track quicker than I have. Pole position here is on the right-hand side of the grid, which means Lewis is on the left-hand side, which means he's got the inside line down to turn 1.
Well, about doing the lap faster, I haven't attempted Kota yet on F122, but my first lap around Bahrain on F122 was a 1 minute 38, which I'm quite happy with.
That's quite good. I'll see what I can do later, see if I can beat. Although I know there's no point because then Tom will get on and he's a professional racing driver, so Tom will just take it all for us.
100%. I'm so professional. That's why I talk over F1 games and not race them. But no, I can tell you from watching league racing on the F1 game that sweeping outside line at Kota is so powerful. To the fact that some people sometimes prefer to go around that outside line, particularly as it gives you the insight into the S's. So, but no, don't play my skill at F122. I am horrific at the official F1 games.
I am going to, tomorrow morning, I am going to go on F122 and do the best lap that I can.
I did 5 laps and I'll find out what time I did. Because I always do 5 laps. Go on.
We should do a little leaderboard in the pre-race show for the best laps that the commentators can do.
That's a good idea, actually, yeah. Somebody,
Commentator challenge, but all commentators are involved.
That's giving me something to do for Abu Dhabi, actually, as well. That could be something fun. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Adam, we'll get you on as well. That could be fun. Commentator challenge.
Oh, it's called. I've got F122. It's called. I can use setup that my dad uses, so it's called.
Fab. Okay, right. Okay, we'll get on that then. We'll discuss that after this and get it done for the end of the weekend. Get that out for next in Mexico as well. So we'll get that. We'll get that sorted this weekend then. So final 25 seconds of the third and final part of qualifying, and now the drivers are starting their lap times. As we head out of turn number 1, downhill into the Mickey Mouse section then, which is the official name of this part of the track, which is simulated on Maggots and Beckett at Silverstone. It's called the Mickey Mouse section, after, of course, Mickey Mouse. So I quite like what they did there. But Hamilton's crossed the line, so everybody is now on a lap time as the checkered flag comes out to finish qualifying, and Charles Leclerc is already up in the first sector. He's at 25.505. Sainz is at 25.525. So 20 thousandths of a second separate the two Ferraris as things currently stand. Hamilton is not doing good. It's at 25.8 in the first sector, so I don't think he'll improve. What's Verstappen? 25.599, so it could be, and Bottas goes 9th. He's taken that checkered flag. Stroll's in the pit lane. Verstappen just coming out turn 12. Leclerc's taken another 0.2 of a second from everything as well. Sainz is pushing hard. He's 0.2 up. They're matching again. And in fact, it's Sainz quicker than Leclerc. 38.097. And then this is looking good across the line. What's happened to the board? Because Perez has jumped up to P2. Perez takes provisional pole position here at Kota. As we're focusing on Leclerc, the wrong driver to do so. Cross the line comes Charles Leclerc. The rear car stepping out. It's a 1:34.421. He's done the best he can, but he's got a grid penalty as well. Sainz goes to overall pole position. 1:34.356. Mega lap from Carlos Sainz, an outright pole then. It must be. What about Max Verstappen? Out of the last corner, boots it hard across the line. He's only 3rd. He was 92 thousandths down. It's a Ferrari 1-2 in qualifying, but it is not going to be that on the grid tomorrow. It's a second outright pole for Carlos Sainz. It's his 3rd official of the season, and that is absolutely fantastic for the Ferrari driver. Let's take a look around the Circuit of the Americas here in Austin, Texas. 3.425 miles, 20 corners, 2 DRS zones, and the longest run straight on the Formula One calendar. It is a joy of a circuit. Exit the last corner then and boot it hard as you come under acceleration and under power as well. Continue on uphill towards turn number 1. 8th gear flat out before a heavy braking zone as well. Drop down 3rd gear, tight inside line apex on the left hand side. Drop downhill now into the Mickey Mouse section of the track as well. The car meanders left then right again like Maggotts and Beckett at Silverstone. Requires a little bit of lifts as well to make sure everything stays the same on the circuit, and continues to push hard as they continue uphill into turns 7 and 8 as well. Keep hard on the power, and now through the tricky bump zone of the track at turn 10. MotoGP riders complain about it. Formula 1 do too before you into the hairpin then. Like turn 1. All the way down at turn 11, 2nd gear. Rise up the hill now once again down the longest straight in Formula 1. DRS is at a maximum. The ERS is screaming its deployment energy as you hurtle down into the best overtaking spot on the track in towards turn 12. Brake at the 100-meter board, flick the car into the left, and then you're back on the power. 2 rights then as well do make a correct right turn into 15 and 16. Then 3 lefts back to back. You don't notice the first 2. It's the last one you need to notice coming into turn 16. 17 and 18 then. A long sweeping right-hander akin to what we see in Turkey of Formula 1 as well. 19 and 22 left-handers then easy to flick the car off the track and run out lap time like you do there. That's allowed this year by the stewards, but no cutting elsewhere. Last corner, full throttle once again with the DRS open, and that is a lap of Austin, Texas. Hello everybody and welcome to live coverage of the 2022 United States Grand Prix. We are live on both USRN and on YouTube at the same time. A great honour as well for me to be commentating on this Grand Prix on an American network as well. Very nice to be commentating, and to everyone listening in on USRN, welcome to the party. We're going to be in for an insane ride. 47 minutes then and 45 seconds until the start procedure begins for the formation lap as well. You've got me and Josh for the next 8 minutes or so before the pit lane opens and we head down to Sky. Sky Sports will be giving us some of the pre-show with the grid walk as well, getting all the preparation and action ready as well. But first of all, we're going to take a look around the lap with Anthony Davidson on the Skypad.
Passenger.
Yeah, it was really good. It was very enjoyable. We were driving around in the car and going pretty fast, of course. Poor Simon, he started to have a panic attack in the car. It was really something. You could see him. He was panic. He started to scream around here.
It's the fake one, by the way.
A little bit of water come across, and he had peed himself. So then he started begging me. Look, you could see him pointing here. Get to the bathroom. That's what happened there. It was a lot of fun.
He is renowned for having an incredibly weak bladder, so yeah, it's an unfortunate byproduct of that, I'm afraid. But at least you had fun while he's out there. Well, look, we can't move on and talk about the rest of this weekend without reflecting back on what happened in the last race in Japan. Extremely wet conditions at the start of the race. Talk us through this.
This is the fake Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz.
With the aquaplaning and all of that, it was really, really hard. And I was coming around. And of course, I like to sing a little bit of a song when I'm driving. So here I was trying to sing the Smooth Operator. So I was doing it and I hit the high note, Smooth Operator, Smooth Operator. I lose control of the car.
Easily done.
Boom, I crash. That was it.
I mean, look, cars are streaming past at such high speed in a vulnerable position. What were you thinking?
At that time, it was a bit like Johnny Cash. I was like, I hurt myself today. It was a bit of a panic, but you know, that was it. And the guy's just driving by me, just laughing, just waving to me. I thought that was pretty unfair.
What are you talking about here?
Here comes the real
I
Carlos.
can't believe it's Carlos Sainz, the driver from Ferrari.
The real Carlos Sainz.
It's incredible.
I'm seeing and hearing double. What do you make of this guy, Carlos?
I mean, I was curious to hear his
This
own
is the real
voice,
ones
like,
talking now.
Who is he? Like, because I've seen so many imitations, not only from F1
Conor
drivers,
Moore,
but
of
also
course.
golfers that I follow a lot.
Yeah.
It's so funny that I am curious to talk to the normal you.
Yeah, well, at least somebody wants to talk to the normal
Oh
me.
my God, that changed.
You played golf with Polder a few times, I believe.
Yeah, you do
Well,
a
that's
good
it.
imitation of Ian.
Well, you know, it's easy to do the greatest golfer of all time. Great to be here with Carlos. He's not a great driver. with the club, he's good in the car, but I mean, his driving needs to improve, doesn't it?
Can you golf?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm at 15. What are you?
Not bad. I'm 8-9. We could have a good one. Good,
we could have a good match.
We could,
Carlos
yeah,
and Carlos.
Definitely.
I think it will be a lot of fun.
What's your real name again?
Connor.
Connor what?
More.
Yeah, true.
Close to Carlos.
This guy honestly made me laugh a lot. You think people say my impression is the best one?
That's the most requested one I get is the Carlos Sainz one.
I'm
it's
sure
the
it is.
easiest one to get a laugh
Do
when
you
someone
reckon
requests
Mattia would
it.
ever know the difference? If he turned up one weekend impersonating you, helmet on?
I would. Maybe other people wouldn't. But I think I would.
Height.
But yeah, he does a great job.
Well, Carlos is best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
And thank you very much.
Connor Moore, the impersonist, who's been ravaging around TikTok and social media as well throughout this season, Josh, as well. Oh, you're in half screen at the moment on my side. But I'll tell you what, Josh, absolutely fantastic impressions as well. And everybody, don't know about you, always makes me feel like a good giggle after a Grand Prix. Whenever his interviews turn up on the screen, it's a good giggle and it's just a lot of fun. And I love that people are trying something new with Formula One and social media, giving everybody the platform, like ourselves, to talk about the sport we love. It's fantastically fun.
Yeah, it really, really is. And I saw one he teamed up with Toto Wolff and George Russell, and he posted it on his YouTube channel where there was the debrief, and then Toto said Connor to take the helmet off when the real George Russell came in. But that was well played by Sky F1, I say.
Yellow flag and green flag keeps getting sent up and down on the timing screen as well. We've got the grid alongside us as well. There's the driver track, a little bit of another reprofiling of the screens as well when it's just me and Josh. And I'm delighted to say that joining myself and Josh in the commentary box for this race as well, because Megan and Ian Birch aren't with us this weekend due to other things as well, i.e. Doctor Who, which I will be seeing the first 20 minutes of, then not seeing anymore. But Nick Homewood is joining us in the commentary box as well, famous of touring car commentary as well with myself and Josh. Yep. Nick has agreed to join the main commentary team for this one as well. So,
Megan, out? I've got an umbrella.
Actually, I took Megan's umbrella. I was went for a walk with a friend earlier, and I took one umbrella just in case it rained. It didn't, so I didn't need it. But yes, umbrellas are on standby everywhere as well. Okay, then.
And I'm not going to open it, Joss. I'm looking at you.
Yeah, I'm not going to open it myself. I promise I won't. I'll put my hands up as well. It's not going to be that type of evening. Cars are going to head out onto the circuit shortly as well, and then we'll get ready for the full start procedure as well. Let's just go through the grid quickly as well, because it's a bit of a different pre-show today. We'll be handing over to Sky completely for around about 30 minutes. Then we'll be coming back shortly before the green flag for the parade lap. So this is how it stands, unless Josh texts me saying that there's a YouTube emergency or a USO emergency, then I would be back immediately. But let's go through the grid quickly. Carlos Sainz starts on pole position. Max Verstappen is second. Second row sees Lewis Hamilton and George Russell. Stroll starts fifth as well. Norris sixth. Bottas seventh. Albon eighth. So I'm delighted to say that my maths was correct on that point yesterday from the little bit of paper note I wrote down. I'm also correct in saying that it's Perez ninth and Vettel in 10th and Gasly 11th with Leclerc 12th. So I've got everyone right so far. And now it changes. Zhou's been given a penalty, so he doesn't go to 13th. He drops down. So Magnussen goes 13th. Alonso goes 14th. Ricciardo's 15th, Schumacher 16th, Latifi 17th, Zhou 18th, Tsunoda 19th, and Ocon 20th as well. And I think Ocon as well starting from the pit lane after a change of gearbox.
Go on. Starting from the pit. Yes, Ocon is starting from the pit lane. So only 19 drivers on the grid for the US Grand Prix. It's a little bit better than the 5 we saw.
Yes, back in 2005, the famous 6-car start with all the Michelin runners withdrawing from the Grand Prix, and it was just a bad day. I remember watching that Grand Prix. In fact, it sounds weird. I actually watched that Grand Prix a lot because I use it as a broadcasting template to how ITV did their show off the cuff of everything. So I try and take as many tips as I possibly can. Good morning to Chambers Charles Torrance, of course, who used to be I Write Books. Hello. You are currently at an NFL game in Charlotte, Panthers as well, and Books. Just remember me and you, Indy 500 meet at the Pagoda. Absolutely. We'll get there eventually one day as well. I can't wait for that as well. So always having a meet up at Indy 500 would definitely be a strange moment to me that you want to meet me. So thank you very much. I want to meet you as well. So Adam says, hi Josh, fully enjoy the US Grand Prix. I absolutely intend to. Hope you're going to enjoy it as well. And Deborah is in as well. Hello Deborah, saying, hey guys, I'm hoping we get an exciting race today. Who would you like to see take a victory, and who do you want to get on the podium? I'll ask that question to you first of all, Josh. Who do you think is gonna? Who would you like to see win and complete the podium?
Well, who would I like to see win? Lewis Hamilton. He's been great the whole time that he's raced at COTA. He's raced every single lap of every single year of every single Grand Prix at Circuit of the Americas. Can he keep that up today? We will see.
Pit lane
in
is open.
A couple of hours' time. As Josh said, the pit lane is now open, and we will return back down to Ted.
Yep.
After Sky come off of their ad break. But just around 39 minutes until lights out and the start of the formation lap.
Thanks, Josh. We'll see you at the formation lap. Right, cars are on the track then. Let's go down to the pit lane. It's the United States Grand Prix. Sky Sports will take you through the build-up, and we'll head down to Ted.
Thank you very much, Simon. Yes, F1 in Austin, Texas. Can we allow ourselves a yee-haw? I think we can, especially if you're Carlos Sainz riding the prancing horse from pole position today. But let's have a look at the drivers as they're practicing a start. Here we go, George Russell in a good position on the grid today. And let's just see that he's just struggling to get out. Oh, that's a load of wheel spin. That's clearly not representative of what he's going to get a start. But we'll see how he goes as we see Pierre Gasly. But really, you know, it's Ferrari and Carlos Sainz's best chance of getting his second career win after winning at Silverstone. But this man, the world champion Max Verstappen, newly crowned at the last race in Japan eventually, and he is in the mood for some celebrations today. And for Max Verstappen, celebrations means dominating the Grand Prix in that Red Bull that's proved the class of the field. So surely, at the start, it depends on Ferrari starts. They haven't been great, let's be honest about it. They haven't been great now and again this season, but Sainz will be wanting just to defend himself from Max Verstappen. That's a good start from Lewis Hamilton there. A little bit of wheel spin, but not too bad. Right, let's give you your strategy briefing. It's a two-stop race, so don't put the kettle on around lap 18, and the second stop's around lap 35. But the choice of tyre will be to start on the medium, to go onto the hard, and then use that for 2 stints, or to go in the medium in the last stint, perhaps. But let's go up to David Croft in the commentary box. And Crofty, well, I think we've got a novelty today, haven't we? Because the first time in a couple of weeks, we've got a dry race.
Ted, I never thought I'd hear you get excited about a dry race, but hey, we're in Texas and this is a very exciting race to come. You saw the big flag, it's still blowing an absolute gale for the cars, crosswinds at some stages in the high-speed sector and a tailwind for the other parts of that high-speed sector. That is going to be really tricky for the drivers here today. It's the second race in the US this season, second time we've got a Ferrari on pole. It's Carlos Sainz, not this man Charles Leclerc, who starts 12th today because he took a 10-place grid penalty, new internal combustion engine and a new turbocharger as well. One of 6 drivers to get penalties here. We also have penalties for Sergio Perez and Zhou Guanyu, Fernando Alonso, and now Yuki Tsunoda, who drops back 5 places because he's got a new gearbox, and Esteban Ocon, you can see him there just behind Charles Leclerc, who will start from the pit lane because he's got a brand new power unit in his Alpine after qualifying low down and getting knocked out in Q1 yesterday. So for Carlos Sainz, second pole position in his career after winning qualifying 3. He's had 3 career poles, because one of which he inherited from Max Verstappen in Spa. Talking of Verstappen, starts second today. Seconds led the first lap here in 4 out of the last 6 races at COTA. And Verstappen, should he go on to win like he did last year, will equal Sebastian Vettel and Michael Schumacher on 13 wins, the most wins in a single season. But Ferrari are in the box seat. Brad Pitt has got himself the best vantage point on the pit wall. It's amazing, he comes to a race and they name a wall in his honour. But Ferrari have the box seat here today, 5 times out of 9. Pole has won here. It's always been won from the front row. Can they carry on, Simon, this championship fight in the Constructors' Championship for at least another round?
Very good, Crofty. Pit wall, pit lane. bit everything. Let's pick up on the chances of the two Brits in the Mercedes on the second row of the grid if we could today. Jensen, what do you feel?
Yeah, they felt that they were a bit of a distance away from the first two or the first three in qualifying, but it was kind of like half a second, 6/10, but their race trim is always much better, and with a circuit that's high degradation and probably 2 pit stops, I think it's going to fall into their hands really in terms of strategy. The team are fantastic in strategy. I think they'll really take it to the first two on the grid.
You can play
yeah,
the split
I think they
there,
will. I think they will, and also because there's 2 of them, so they can really mix it up in there. I think.
I don't see how Max doesn't run away with this, but he's been on quite a streak, so there's always a chance that there's an issue or a problem along the way. But I really think that it's Max's to lose today.
Okay. Just going back, though, to George Russell, we talked to him on the stage last night after qualifying. Starts 4th. He's had a difficult couple of races after a very, very consistent season. As you're saying, if you're leading Lewis Hamilton by 27 points with 4 races left, that is a success.
Yeah, the way I've looked at it is that George has been consistently good all year. I think Lewis had a couple of really tough races at the start of the year, trying to get his head around this car. As soon as he has, his pace has been Lewis Hamilton pace, do you know what I mean? So I think that's what's got into George's head a little bit, how strong Lewis has suddenly been, especially around here, Kota. Lewis is he's the best around this track, I think.
I don't think that George doesn't understand that and know how good Lewis is. What impresses me about George is how willing throughout the season he has been to take his own risks to go out there and just be as fast as possible and as far up the grid as possible, regardless of where Lewis is at.
Okay. Pole position on the outside as you look going into turn 1. We've seen some action there, Anthony Davidson, haven't we, in the past? Start's all important.
Yeah, that's right, Simon. Yeah, the start definitely is important of this one. Second place is actually on the left-hand side, as we saw last year with Lewis Hamilton, beaten by Max Verstappen in qualifying, but into the first corner, it was roles reversed. That inside line from P2 gives you the chance to muscle out your competition if you can get ahead into that one. So watch out for that. Later on in the lap, though, watch out for this. So turn 4 into 5. This was Sainz on the McLaren of Daniel Ricciardo round the outside of turn 6. And what's coming up is all lap 1, the opening part of the race. They're all at it. Lando Norris gets involved now. There's that fight continuing on from Sainz, and Norris sends it down the inside, almost collects the Ferrari in front of him there. But the fight continues on now into turn 13. Sainz back through on the inside. Norris gets run out a little bit wide, gets on the dust, and Ricciardo's back through. Now we're back on board with Ricciardo, and he sends that one down the inside, round that multiple apex of 16, 17, 18. A brilliant move. And this battle continued on through to the end of the lap. So they could all finally breathe. So, yeah, back to you, Simon.
Yeah, we only saw, Jensen, 19 on-track passes last year. As you said, it points to getting clever with the strategy. Why so few overtaking?
And I think 9 of them were between those 3 on that one. But, yeah, I don't know. I think we will see more overtaking this year. Obviously, a completely different car to what they raced here last year. There will be more overtaking opportunities. The cars can run closer together. Tyre degradation always makes for a more exciting race in terms of passing. So, no, I think we'll see a lot more overtaking today. It won't be just who gets into turn 1 first. I'm sure everyone wants to be into turn 1 first and in front of Max, because first lap he is very good at the first lap and pulling a good gap at everyone else. Carlos has to be aggressive off the line, has to be aggressive, pull to the left immediately to keep Max behind.
As we stand down here, the wind calms down, it picks up again. I think that that's going to play a really big factor. I think that this is going to play into mistakes happening out there, gusts of winds here and there, and I think that it's going to catch drivers off guard every now and again.
A couple other things to pick up on. Performances yesterday. Lance Stroll is best qualifying since actually took pole position in Turkey in 2020. 7th, but he starts 5th today. Where's the pace from the Aston Martin come from?
Well, they had some upgrades for this race, but Lance, I have to say, he's been on it all weekend. He was quicker than Sebastian all the way through qualifying, and no, really good job by him. You know, P7's good, P5, I mean, what a great place to start. Those 4 cars in front of him, I have to say, will probably disappear into the distance, but then he's got the quick Norris and a McLaren behind him to keep behind.
Yeah, I shot at Daniel Ricciardo there. He's got the old specialty lamb chops for Texas. He's got a bit of facial hair for him. He's a hugely popular driver, we know that. But out in Q1 for the 3rd time in the last 5 races, it looks like he's looking at a reserve driver role next year, maybe with Mercedes. We don't know at this stage. But do you think a year out is what he needed, is what the doctor ordered?
obviously, I think that it's getting to him, you know, the situation and not being back. And it feels a little premature. It feels, from watching his body language, that this is not what he wants. So it'll be interesting to see where he lands, if he lands anywhere. But I have to imagine that the stress of it all is getting to him.
It just shows you that you have to have the right atmosphere within a team for you in a car that works for you. We've seen it with many drivers moving teams before and it hasn't worked for them. So I feel for him because he's extremely quick in the right equipment. But yeah, a year out in this sport, you do get forgotten pretty quickly. I hope that isn't the case for Daniel. He's great for the sport as a whole, and he's got the talent.
Always an eventful grid walk here. Over to you, Martin Brundle.
Don't oversell it. Let's see what we can make of this, if anything. The cars are really literally just turning up, having done their reconnaissance laps, practice starts, and what have you. Let's a quick chat over here with Fred Vasseur, actually. We don't talk to him very often, while Valtteri, in fact, he's better. Fred, can we have a quick chat with you, Fred? Your cars are going extremely well around here. A bit unlucky for Zhou Guanyu with the track limits compared to others who had track limits, but why is that? Why are you so strong around here?
It's difficult to know exactly, honestly, because that for sure we brought 2 small updates in Suzuka and Austin, but at the end of the day it's so tight between P6, 7 and P18 that you can move from out in Q1 to Q3 for nothing. That it's exciting, but at the end of the day it's more exciting when you're P6 and 7.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, and I mean, what a wonderful well, look, have a great race. I'm going to try and have a quick chat with your man Valtteri when I get a chance. He's normally up for a little bit of a chat. I'll see if I can catch his eye, and if he can give us a little bit. Meanwhile, let's look up the hill there. Look at that, the American flag, 50 stars, 13 stripes. Doesn't that look magnificent up there? And there is not a more inviting view, I don't think, for a racing driver in the world of Formula One. There's some great views around the world, but that 200 odd meters from pole position up to the first braking point at the top of the hill, the crowd looking on. You can brake so late up there as well when you've got a hill to help you out. But we'll see if we can catch a quick word with Valtteri, and then Valtteri, it's pretty windy down here. What's it like out on the track?
Windy.
Yeah, actually, are you feeling it?
Yeah, you definitely feel it. You know, it's and it is slightly gusty, so that means every lap is just a little bit different. And it's mainly the sector 1 that you feel it, but same for everybody.
I saw you cruising in on the Harley Davidson this morning. You look very relaxed.
Yeah, good to do it. One place to do it is here. So,
all right, have a great run. Good to talk to you. Thanks. We'll wander across the grid and see if we can find another driver to have a chat with. And oh, he's gone over the wall. We're going to try and talk to Lando, but he's actually rather impressively just bolted over that wall there. And these are the signs that they show you. This is how the drivers know where to park up on the grid when they come back, because when us lot are out of the way, it looks completely different, and it's always good to make sure that you know exactly where you're supposed to stop. And these, of course, are the yellow lines as well then, that because the drivers, okay, I've got Lance Stroll coming. Okay, I missed Lance, unfortunately. Yeah, I was telling you about this this yellow line here. See how far they have to extend this line out for the drivers to be able to see. They can put their front wheel on this for the drivers to be able to see where to park the car to maximise their start position. They have to, as they get lower and lower, and you've got the halo, of course, although the halo doesn't affect it as much as the mirrors, frankly, in terms of, right, where are we going to put the car to make sure that we're as far forward in the box as we can be. So we'll wander back down the grid to see if we can... there's lots of talk of celebrities coming on the grid, but we have heard that before. And we'll see if we can find somebody else from a team to give us a little bit more information while we're at it as we head down. So Aston Martin are going extremely well this weekend too. Lance Stroll up there in 5th place. So we'll have a chat with Pierre. I mean, he was so angry. He was so angry yesterday because his brakes were locking up. I'll see if I can catch his attention and have a quick chat with him. He didn't give me a face that says no, so we'll see. Okay, Right, so we've got Canal Plus going in there first. Now, yeah, I can see why he'd rather not talk to me, can't you? Basically, but we'll come back to Pierre in a moment, or we might just loiter, because I want to know what his brake problem was, and if we sort of stand in the middle here, we might be able to hoover up anybody else coming through. But to be fair, they were waiting before I got there, and he says he'll chat to us in a minute. But let's see who else we can find meanwhile. So it's quite a narrow grid here as well. Not a whole lot of space to move around, but it's not as tight as them. It's not like Monaco, for example. So a little bit of painted areas where if they get a better start than the driver in front, they've got somewhere to go. And yeah, let's keep an eye on Pierre over here. Oh, he's talking to Romain Grosjean as well. Romain, of course, is now an IndyCar racer, and turns up as a TV presenter, as they often do. And Romain, of course, that incredible crash that he had in Bahrain. And here's Ed Sheeran. Ed, Martin Brundle, how are you doing?
All right, how are you?
Yeah, is this your first visit to F1?
First ever time, yeah.
What do you reckon to these cars?
Huh?
What do you reckon? I saw you in the Red Bull garage.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it? I mean, it's a new experience.
And you were on stage last night. A good crowd here?
Yeah, great. It's my first big show in America in like 5 years, so super excited to be back.
Anybody you're cheering for in particular?
Well, I guess Red Bull now. I just met them, but yeah.
All right, have a great day. So, what a nice guy. Oops, I'm sorry. And we'll keep cruising back. Here's Stefano. Who else is he going to have with him? Yeah. Right. Let's see if we got. Let's see if we can have a chat with Brad Pitt. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to talk to the guy behind you. Brad, Martin Brundle, Sky F1. How are you doing?
Thank you.
Can you tell us a bit about this movie?
No, not yet. Top secret.
You've enjoyed the weekend. I've seen you so much this weekend.
Thank you, man.
All right, good. Somebody grabbing hold of my shoulder. I think, obviously, they're known as pit stops if they don't want you to talk to Brad Pitt. But Emerson Fittipaldi, here's a man we always love to talk to. Emo, good to see you. I hadn't seen you all weekend.
Well, it was fun in Monza, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well, driving your cars was really good fun.
But what a Grand Prix. This is fantastic for Formula One. You know, this place is incredible. Very demanding track to drive. I was driving the McLaren here. It's amazing, physically and mentally, on this track.
Yeah, we had Mario out in a McLaren as well earlier on, and you and Mario need to get out here and give it some again.
No, was so much fun to drive here. This track separates the men from the boys.
The man from the... Okay, and the girls, of course. Okay, very good. Good to see you, my friend. Let's see who else. Let's wander to the front, because they all seem to be marching down there, didn't they? That have asked Ray to not. So, yeah, excuse me. Somebody's got hold of my power pack here. Yeah, we'll just keep going to the front. So there is the glorious green Aston Martin, and Lance Stroll with let's talk to his dad. Lawrence.
How are you today?
I'm very good, and you?
I'm well, thank you.
Well, your lad did a very good job in qualifying here in P5.
Did a fantastic job in qualifying. Good pace, and looking forward for a good race today.
And both your cars going really well?
Yeah, both cars going really well. Both cars starting in the top 10. Let's hope we can finish them strong up in the top 10.
Points make prizes, as we say in the UK. Points make prizes.
That's right.
See you later. And we keep wandering forward. And yeah, it's quieter down here than I perhaps expected. Oh, and that's till we get to this next bit, of course. And yeah, this is it. We're getting towards the front of the grid, the sharp end. And as I say, when all these people move off the grid, hang on a minute, what's going on here? Excuse me, please. Excuse me. So what we've got going on here, what we've got going on is some work going on the front brakes. Here we go. Trey Cool, Green Day.
Hey, all right.
How are you?
Good.
Welcome to paradise.
Yeah, man, all right.
This could be a boulevard of broken dreams, but you look like you're having the time of your life.
All right. Well, you know, we're here to support the green team, Aston Martin, because they're green. So.
Well, I mean, that's logical. I can see that. Are you a man who likes to get in a fast car and give it a bit of a push around the track?
Yeah, we did a hot lap with McLaren on Thursday, and that was really something. Like, it's nice to actually feel the turns, and it's a little different than when you see it on the television.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. When you're scraping along the ground. But so you went out in the hot laps, yeah? You said?
Yeah, and Zach Brown actually drove us, so that was a pretty treat. That was cool.
He knows his way around. Look, really good to see you on the grid. We're going to move on, and you need to. Well, there's a good one over there if you want to catch up. But I'll have a quick look. So they're doing some work on the front. We've got Bono here, obviously, who's as famous as his driver, Lewis, in many respects. And they're busy pulling pieces off the front of Lewis Hamilton's brakes here. And I tell you what, there's quite a lot of tools and a lot of work going on here on Hamilton's car. But meanwhile, it's back to you, Simon Lazenby.
Thanks, Martin. Yes, we'll keep an eye on that one. Send Ted Kravitz down when we pick up after the anthems. And we have all the drivers now at the front of the grid. And prior to the Star-Spangled Banner, there will be a tribute to Dietrich Mateschitz, who passed away yesterday.
Yesterday, we lost a very special member of the Formula One family. Dietrich Mateschitz was an incredible man who loved this sport. He would want us to enjoy today with energy and excitement. So we would like to invite you to celebrate his life through applause. And as he would have wanted, let's go racing.
Inspiring stuff always. Gets the hair to the back of the neck, standing on end. Always like hearing the Star Spangled Banner, don't you, over here, George? You in the mood for it today?
In the mood for it. I think it's going to be a good day. Excited. A lot can happen. Not too sure about the strategy, which is going to put it all to play for. So.
What's the boss think? What's the boss think today? Yeah,
he says go for it.
What can you do today?
All to play for. What is here? All to play for. Yeah, we nothing to lose, so we go for it.
Well, I think I have the right question then. You're a gambling man, so what's the gamble? Yeah.
I mean, we're in a good position. We've got two of us at the front, so I think we're going to be bold and we're going to go for this win. If we get it wrong, we get it wrong.
Are you going to split them?
That would be telling. That's the knowing look.
Could be. We don't know. Is the right answer because we could, but we want to do things differently than the others.
Cool. And you don't want to give anything away right now anyway. But no, this is an exciting race for us. In qualifying, it's obviously there's that little gap between you guys and the front two teams, but race day, we're going to see something exciting.
The points are scored. We'll be going for it. It's going to be a long race, so we want to go for it turn one, but it's going to be won or lost in that last stint, I think. So, as I said, max attack.
Have you got any concerns about straight line speed today, George?
If we're defending, yes, but we're obviously on the starting behind the front guys, so we're attacking, and with the DRS, shouldn't be a problem.
We'll let you get off. Appreciate it. I'll keep you for 1 minute if I could, Toto. Yeah. What are we thinking with regards to what the possibilities are today, though, with a Ferrari and a Red Bull in front of you?
Well, they have one car, but the quicker car. So I think when we look at raw pace, they are 10 or 2 ahead based on the long runs. But the racing is all different, and we've been strong on the Sundays.
Is there a problem with Lewis's car? We saw a bit of work going on the brakes, it looked like.
I hope not. I haven't heard, so let's see.
Okay,
you guys continue to get more and more competitive. Are you happy with that now?
I think it's always a relative level. We've been so off the pace at some of the races. We're on pole in Budapest, and then you go to Spa and you're 1.8 seconds off, and so it's been swings between exuberance and depression. So we just need to get on a constant slope.
Thanks, Toto. Appreciate it. Best of luck today. Let's get an update then from down at Lewis's car. Ted's there. What can you tell us, Ted?
Well, Simon, Toto Wolff will discover this when he comes back to Lewis Hamilton's car, but yes, indeed, there is a brake problem. So on the formation lap, on the laps to the grid, Lewis Hamilton reported that the brakes were pulling to one side. There was an offset that the engineers call left to right. So when he pressed the brake, the car wasn't stopping in a straight line, it was pulling left to right, and that was giving him a really bad feeling, and one that he could not go into the race with. Now, the drivers have a really sensitive feel for the brakes around here. The circuit is very hard on brakes. So just to make absolutely sure, Mercedes have done something quite unusual, and they've decided to change the whole brake material on both front right and front left. So that's changing the brake pads and the brake discs themselves. This is a job, Simon, that normally the mechanics would like to give themselves at least half an hour to do, but they've got to do it in 15 minutes. I've got to say it's very calm down here. Just on the left-hand side, can you see on the right-hand side as we're looking at him, the paddock policeman, Joe Bow from the FIA, just making sure that like-for-like brake material is going on. I'm sure it will be. But yeah, these mechanics are doing a great job working very steadily. They know they're under pressure, but I think they'll get it done in time.
Thanks, Ted. Christian Horner's alongside me now. A nice moving tribute to Dietrich. How's it been since the sad news yesterday? What's the mood like today?
Yeah, look, it's been very emotional, but there's been an overriding pride, of who he is, what he achieved, what he did for all of us, and he wouldn't have wanted a minute's silence, that's for sure, and that's why we've played the music loud all morning. And he loved his racing. He was passionate. He gave so many drivers an opportunity, and the best tribute that we can do for him is to try and round out this Constructors' Championship.
That was a great atmosphere over at the garage with the Rolling Stones playing and you guys getting to wear jeans on the bottom or whatever you wanted. Is there something that Dietrich said to you that sticks with you right now that you're thinking about as this race is about to start?
Well, there's many things, but I always remember he used to tell me, no risk, no fun. And that was how he lived his life. And, look, he would have hated black armbands. He wouldn't want a minute's silence. We've been knocking out the Rolling Stones all morning. He was a fan of their music. And, he, a very, very modest man, a very quiet man. We owe him a great deal.
Best of luck today,
Thank you very much.
Christian. Thanks for coming in and talking to us. Okay, as we look ahead now, 10 minutes to go until lights out. What are we expecting today, Jensen?
A lot of action. I don't think it's just going to be between these two in the front either, but Carlos needs to be aggressive,
Max has won the championship already, so Max is going to be aggressive. We know that. And then we've got the two Mercedes behind, just waiting to pick up the pieces.
Yeah, what are you expecting, Danica?
I mean, I'm expecting Max to run away with it. I think Carlos is going to put up a fight, though. I feel like when we see the green flag drop, he's got a lot of fire in him. Whether he can keep up or not, I'm not sure.
Okay, just keep an eye on that run up to turn one. We've seen so much action there over the years here at the circuits of the Americas. Carlos Sainz on pole position, Max Verstappen alongside, two Brits behind. US Grand Prix next.
You just never know what's around the corner.
Drivers have to adapt quickly or get left behind. Formula One on Sky Sports, sponsored by Workday, a system for finance, HR and planning.
And how about that for getting back in time just after the ad break's end? And I have to leave at such a great point of the Doctor Who special where they've literally just discovered another TARDIS. Well, thank you very much, Formula One, for ruining my evening. I was so invested in that, but at least I saw Tegan and Ace. But I'm delighted to welcome back up to the commentary box now. If I press button number 2, as well up here on the YouTube stream. It's taking a little bit of time to lag in, but Josh, you can now go back to your other screen, and Nick, it can welcome in as well. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to coverage of the United States Grand Prix, whether you're listening on USON or listening on our own YouTube channel. The battle is about to begin as well. Welcome, Nick, to the commentary box of Formula One. Are you looking forward to this Grand Prix?
I'm very excited. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you.
Oh, pleasure having you.
But nothing better than an evening of Formula One, is there?
Certainly not, isn't there, Josh? Yeah, oh, your mic's on mute on Discord. But yeah, certainly nothing better.
Yeah, there really isn't. F1 on an afternoon. NASCAR just behind me to the side on another screen at Miami. I don't think there's another better thing to spend your evening.
I can think of one, but it's watching Doctor Who, so it's not really the best. Anyway, sit back, relax, and enjoy the United States Grand Prix. Okay, well, it's now playing that ridiculous red button thing as well, so we've got a few seconds to talk about it as well. Just to let you know, Josh, has there been anything while I've been away watching the Doctor Who?
Yes.
Go to inform us quickly.
Lewis Hamilton has a brake issue on the front left and front right. They have changed in the material. Joe Barrel was there, just making sure everything was okay, and it looks like it is. But keep an eye on a brake issue for Lewis Hamilton. Front left and front right brake material changed.
Cheers, Josh. Sit back then and relax and enjoy the 2022 United States Grand Prix. It's our 10th visit here to Austin, Texas as well. It's time for the Grand Prix. Danica.
Greetings from Austin, the quirky capital of Texas, and the home of the Circuit of the Americas. This place is pretty unique, and here's why.
Greatest city in America. All the people are great.
This the music capital of the world.
The food, the people. Hot dog king of Texas. It's the land of opportunity. I promise you. We love coming to Austin. Go Red Bull! Let's go Austin! Is this gonna be on TV? Put them horns!
Boy, do they know how to put on a show.
But another car spinning up! Coming to get you.
These days.
Yes, guys.
Y'all ready for F1?
Well, the championship may be wrapped up in the favour of Max Verstappen, but there's still all to play for. Formula One heads for the second time this season to the United States of America. This time we go to the centre. It's Austin, Texas as well. And round 19 of the season takes us for the primary United States Grand Prix. It's all stars and stripes around in this part of the world as well, whether you are part of the marching band or the bleachers as well, even if you're part of the overall atmosphere with the cheerleaders. There's something for everybody. It's a fantastic, unique racing circuit built over 10 years ago and heavily modified on tarmac level only. It provides some of the best corners in the world smashed together to create a beautiful 5.513 kilometre layout circuit, 20 turns. Turn 1, taken after the elevation change at Spa-Francorchamps, you literally have to go uphill to overtake. Something that last year Raikkonen versus Alonso did to dramatic effect, debris flying off, but side-by-side battles down the hill as well into turn 2 and 3. Over then at turn at number 12 as well. Bottas, Tsunoda and Stroll went 3 wide in the braking zone as well. Bottas back in the Mercedes in those days as well. Only managed to clear 1 car. You can overtake in Dakota, but it's very, very tricky. And how about as well, turns 16, 17 and 18, modelled after Istanbul. Istanbul goes to the left, we go to the right, and Vettel went right round the outside of Russell there last year in a do-or-die manoeuvre that had everybody's breaths taken. And now as well, Pirelli have brought their middle tyre compound to deal with this circuit. It is the hard C2 white soft, the medium yellow C3 and the red soft C4. We won't need them, but it's green intermediate and blue wet weather tyres just in case. Let's take a look at how they line up on the grid then for this Grand Prix here in Austin, Texas. On pole position, it's Carlos Sainz. Alongside him on the front row of the grid is Max Verstappen. But from back to front as well, we have to start with, it's row 10, 20th for Esteban Ocon and 19th for Yuki Tsunoda. Row 9 sees Zhou Guanyu and Nicolas Latifi. Row 8, Mick Schumacher and Danny Ricciardo. Row 7, Fernando Alonso and Kevin Magnussen. Row 6 sees Charles Leclerc with a penalty alongside Pierre Gasly. And row 5 sees Sebastian Vettel alongside Sergio Perez, also carrying that grid penalty. Row 4, Alexander Albon starts in 8th position, equaling his highest qualifying in Austin, Texas as well when he was back at Red Bull. 7th for Valtteri Bottas as well. The third row, Lando Norris starts in 6th. Lance Stroll starts 5th. He's getting a nosebleed. He's so high up. Along Mercedes row 2 and their best chance of victory this year. George Russell is 4th with Lewis Hamilton in 3rd. And as I said, the front row of the grid, Max Verstappen 2nd, but pole position for the 2nd time on the road and the 3rd time in his career sees Carlos Sainz as well. Well, it's a different look to the commentary team this evening as well, as Megan Birch and Ian Birch are locked in the front room watching the Doctor Who Christmas special. But I tell you what, we've got some cracking guests on as well, because it's our 2 British touring car commentators. Josh Blaze joins us once again in the pit lane as well, and joining us as a special guest is Nick Homewood as well. Nick, Austin, Texas, the championship's wrapped up, but we always see a great race here.
It's a modern classic, isn't it, really? One of the best drivers' tracks on the calendar. You can't really compare it to Silverstone or Spa. Well, partly because it was modelled after those tracks in the first place, but it always gives a great race. And always a bit of carnage as well. Always something unexpected happens.
Absolutely as well, and Josh as well. Carlos Sainz is my smooth operator we're seeing some fans having out there as well today. We've talked a little bit in the pre-show about who you would ideally like to see take a victory round here. You said Lewis Hamilton. Has your mind changed because of the news we heard just before we came on for this pre-show?
Well, maybe as the final personnel off the grid clears, it could be a possibility that Hamilton retires due to a brake issue, but it's Sergio Perez's 2nd home Grand Prix, I think we can say.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's got a good chance, even though a grid penalty. Anyway, the formation lap is underway.
Danke, Didi, of course. Dietrich Mateschitz, the Red Bull owner, tragically passed away yesterday as well at the age of 78. Red Bull want to go and break the Constructors' Championship here today as well. Their first one since 2013 if they can do it. 440,000 people are in attendance across the weekend as well. Today it is over 200,000 people crammed in. And Josh, here's the pit lane strategy.
Yeah, the quickest 2-stopper, medium start, and then in between lap 14 and lap 19 pits for the hards up until 35 to 42.
Let's
And
remember
then-
Dietrich to make him proud today, says Gasly. Go on, Josh.
And then back on to the mediums to finish the race. The very close two-stopper is mediums up towards lap 12 or 18 onto the hards, lap 32 to 38, and then onto the hards again to the end of the race. And then the slower free-stopper, mediums up until lap 10 to 15, lap 25 to 30 with the hards from the medium pit stop up to that point, and then back onto the mediums up until lap 40 to 45, and then onto the soft tyres, maybe for fastest lap. Everybody is on the medium tyres except Magnussen, Alonso, Schumacher and Ocon, but keep an eye out because Vettel and Stroll, the two Aston Martins, are on 1 lap used medium tyres.
Thanks, Josh. We'll keep an eye on that throughout the race as well. Nick, just coming to you quickly as well. The fever pitch is ramping up here. We've got Perez sort of neutered. We've got Hamilton having trouble. Leclerc's neutered as well. Is this going to be an open jaw for George Russell, Max Verstappen or Carlos Sainz? Which of the three do you see winning today?
Max Verstappen.
I agree.
Unless something goes wrong. I can't see him losing this one.
Contact at turn 1? That could be a possibility. Seeing difference. Anyway.
If so, we'll go for a Lance Stroll win.
Oh, okay, I like Nick. I hope everyone's got our puns ready as well throughout the broadcast. We're going to be needing them an awful lot. Carlos Sainz backing the field up massively here. Go on, Josh.
If Lance Stroll gets a slow start, Lance Stroll's just having a slow stroll up the hill towards turn 1.
Tell you what, how can you tell we're in America? I mean, they can't make it any more obvious. There's a massive Stars and Stripes flag above the turn 1 as well. There's another one of the Texan flag just at the Mickey Mouse section of the circuit. And Carlos Sainz is lined up in the grid. Yuki Tsunoda is just coming round turn 16, 17, 18 now, as you can see on your driver tracker as well that we've got open. So there's an awful lot of work to do and not a lot of time to do it. Tensions are rising. It is going to be palpable. Personally, I'm hoping for a quick, exciting race, and I'll go watch the doctor here. There's Esteban Ocon starting from the pit lane as well, as Josh told you earlier on, after numerous penalties with the engine as well. He decided to take it after qualifying as to not impede Fernando Alonso. Aston Martin safety cars this weekend, they line up at the back as well. They're taking enormous time to form up on the grid. Carlos Sainz has been standing in pole position now for well over 47 seconds. They're all lined up now. The championship may be decided, but it's time to do battle in Austin, Texas. We're here. It very much is a cowboy showdown. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights in America. Action in Austin. It's a good start from Max Verstappen, who'll get alongside Carlos Sainz. The two Mercedes will make a bit of a battle. Sainz tries to cut off. Verstappen leads into turn 1. Lando locks up. Russell locks up. And Lewis Hamilton hits Carlos Sainz. And Carlos Sainz is spun round at the first corner. Hamilton makes contact with the back of the Ferrari, and he's spinning round. Lando Norris going side by side with Lance Stroll, and Lance Stroll having to take off the exit. So is Lando Norris. He's come across the corner as well. Sainz down to the back, and Lance Stroll is up into 3rd position. I'll tell you what, Nick, I think you deserve a beer because he's on the podium. And look at the contact. Sergio Perez battling with the side of Valtteri Bottas at the top of the hill, making contact and more contact. Bottas gets sent off, and that is Albon getting in the battle at the inside because one of the AlphaTauris of Gasly. Albon gets forced wide, and Latifi almost hits into the back of Tsunoda. Further back, Sainz and Magnussen making drama as well as we head down towards turn 12. Puncher for Sainz, he thinks as well, and it's all drama into turn 12 down after the hairpin as well, and that is Sebastian Vettel up into 5th position. Albon looks on the inside now, around the outside of Gasly, can't find the way through. One and only lap, Nick. That is brilliant.
Grab a drink.
I need it.
I need some replays of what happened at turn 1. I didn't actually pick it out in the
Gasly, that's Tsunoda stepping on the inside of Mick Schumacher. Schumacher's going to send it on the inside line, and Tsunoda goes around the outside. What a brilliant opening lap there, Nick. Honestly, we do need replays, but it was Hamilton who surely get a penalty because he made contact. Here it is, Nick. Talk us through it.
So on board with Russell going even start for everyone at the front. Verstappen gets away the best. Hamilton squeezes into the inside. And
it's Russell.
It was Russell.
It's Russell who hits Sainz.
He'll get a penalty for that. He'll definitely get a penalty for that.
So it's Russell who hits Sainz at turn 1. Hamilton then is in second and is hunting down Max Verstappen. The gap is 1.6 seconds. Russell's in fourth. Carlos Sainz, I believe, has gone into the pit lane. Yes, he has, and he is out.
Retirement.
Oh, no. And that will certainly be a penalty for George Russell. Sainz is out of the Grand Prix. Contact at turn 1. Suspension damage. Josh, it was always inevitable that we have drama, but I didn't expect Carlos Sainz to be at the root of it as well from pole position.
Yeah, that's going to be quite a good Conor Moore video, let's just say, but it is under investigation. Russell locked up into turn 1, which caused him to collide with Carlos Sainz, sending him spinning around and then unfortunately into the tyre.
And my chest is actually going a little bit as Sergio Perez looks on the inside now. Lando Norris for 6th position into turn 12. Makes the move. Charles Leclerc makes past Alexander Albon for 9th position. Zhou has also slipped up the inside of somebody. Can't see as they go through. On the moment, Zhou's past Schumacher. Latifi's past Zhou as well. Schumacher's dropped as well. Alonso's past Ricciardo. And yeah, Sainz is out. Magnussen's dropped down 5 places as well. But look at that. On the opening lap, Vettel up 5 places, Tsunoda up 5, Perez up 3. But I think as well, Nick, Max Verstappen 2 seconds already clear of Lewis Hamilton. I mean, Ferrari only had Sainz in the gamble, and now Leclerc's got a long afternoon ahead of him.
Yep, and he's behind Perez, he's battling with the championship. I don't think we can write Perez out of this one with that fresh engine. It looks like he had a very nice amount of speed going down the straight. But I think right now, Verstappen is just managing the gap, bringing his tyres in slowly. He knows Hamilton's probably not a threat through outright pace, so he'll just be doing what he wants.
DRS has been enabled as they come through. Any news on the penalty yet, Josh, on your side of the screen?
Yep, and it is a 5-second time penalty for George Russell, who is currently in 4th place.
So where would that drop him down on the current order of things as well? They're all now quite a lot of them on medium compound tower, by the way. The only one on hard is Alonso, Schumacher, Magnussen and Ocon, just to let you know. Everybody else is on the mediums. But where on earth would that drop him after the pit stops? He's going to be out of sync, isn't he?
Gasly. Yeah, somewhere around Gasly at the minute.
So that's down into... Okay, 8th. Yeah, not too bad then, is it, Nick? He's still got time to get up the order, but the DRS is starting to...
What he doesn't want now is a safety car where he has to pit.
That's true, yeah. A safety car would spoil his race completely at this point. He needs to keep calm and race on. That's one of the Williamses. Yeah, Albon going way wide and up the inside. That's Bottas. He's trying to go through, but Bottas just doesn't have the drive, does he, Nick? He can't... What would you say is the ideal racing line? You do racing as well on ERC and other series. What would you do if you're Bottas right now?
Well, unless you're Verstappen here and cut the corner, there's not really a way past. You'll be waiting for the main straight, and then you can... Is there a DRS zone there? I think there's a DRS zone there still.
Yeah.
So wait for the main straight and get by there.
Yeah, activation point 2. So here we go, uphill towards turn 1, 30.2 metres. As I thought it was Russell making a move there on Stroll. It's not. And that's Perez trying to look on the inside of Vettel. The 2 Aston Martins are getting nosebleeds at the moment. They are 3rd and 5th, as Bottas has made that move on Albon, as Nick predicted. But officially out of the Grand Prix now is Carlos Sainz. Here's a replay at the start. We'll first go to Josh. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, let's have a look at the replay. It's a good start from Sebastian Vettel, an incredible start from Sebastian Vettel, and that was George Russell locking up, and then from the aerial, Carlos Sainz spinning around, but that looked like Alexander Albon went to the left to block Sebastian Vettel, nearly putting Sebastian Vettel in the wall if Sebastian Vettel was a little bit faster. And there's the puff of smoke. Hamilton 0.27 seconds, Russell 0.33 seconds reaction time. And here's a crowd view going into turn 1. You can see the puff of smoke and from the lockups, and there's a closer view if you're watching along with us with TV pictures, and it's just unlucky from Russell to lock up and go straight into the Ferrari.
Nick, as a racing director yourself, is that worth a penalty, or is you called it immediately it'd be worth a penalty, but what is that 5 seconds worth it?
First corner, it's difficult really. Let's watch it again from this angle. You can see he's never going to make that corner, but it's a very clumsy move. Yeah, I'd say it's fair. There didn't seem to be much damage to Sainz's floor, so he must have damaged it further, limping around with a puncture as Perez has passed Vettel.
Ah, yes. So Perez up to 5th position then. Vettel's down into 6th at the moment as well as they continue on. The battles are watching out. Russell versus Stroll is 3rd position. Well, that crash for Sainz, it was very dramatic at the start, but it's sort of taken the fun out of the Grand Prix a little bit now. Let's see how long the 2 Aston Martins can hold up. The pit stops will be the... Go on, Nick.
I wonder if Russell's got damage, because he's not breezing past Stroll as you would have thought Mercedes would do.
I've got an onboard of his front. Oh, we're on board now, actually, with him on the TV pictures. As, oh, what's happened to Latifi? Latifi's dropping. What's happened to Nicholas Latifi? He's gone down to 19th, and he's spun. Latifi's had a moment coming through the Mickey Mouse section. Look at the driver track. If you're watching on with us on YouTube, he has gone down the order, and he's just coming around turn 8 now. So Latifi, I think, has done a 360 somewhere. And here comes Russell on the inside with the DRS, and breezes through to 3rd position ahead of Lance Stroll, but does carry a 5-second time penalty. I think you're right. I think there's some damage for Russell that we can't see on the TV pictures there, because that took a long time, 5 laps to clear Stroll. Not happy with that one.
I'll say as well that Mercedes doesn't look like it has a whole lot of straight line speed, because even with Perez has got damage.
Oh, and Ricciardo's dropping as well. Perez does have damage, and Ricciardo's dropped down as well, a couple of positions. Yeah, where's Perez's damage, Nick?
Front wing end plate is flapping a bit.
Yes, I see it on the right. So
Yes.
let's hear from Verstappen.
Wind makes it really quickly. It's very gusty.
Okay, Ted's got news.
I just wondered there.
Okay, I thought Ted had news, but he must have stopped talking when the replay came on. So once again, that Red Bull front left end plate, as front right as we look at it as well, making problems for a Red Bull driver. We saw it with Max Verstappen a couple of races ago as well. I think in Singapore, wasn't it? Blistering down towards turn 1. This is how he's got it. He's coming onto the back of Vettel. Vettel, is he going to... No, actually, that's just how he got through. So where's that damage come from then? He didn't hit anyone on the opening lap.
Latifi into the pit lane.
And this is why, through the Mickey Mouse section, he understeers, and he understeers. Well, that's weird. That's exactly...
That's just Latifi, isn't it?
Yeah. Giovinazzi did the same thing, didn't he, in Friday practice? But no yellow flag got signalled either, which is odd. And Latifi's gone back out on the track, I think. 5-second penalty for Russell, we already knew that. Yeah, Latifi exits the pit lane then with a new set of medium compound tyres. Perez, even though he's got a broken front wing end plate that's flapping around more as well than a flag in the wind. Oh, it's gone now!
It's gone.
Yeah, it's flown off the track.
Probably have been given the Meatball flag.
That could have flown off.
Because we've had that with Magnussen
Yeah.
quite a few races, and he's been given a Meatball flag.
That could have ended up in somebody's cockpit as well, so that's a very much a no-no thing to do as well. But Perez has passed the Red Bull of Stroll, the Aston Martin of Stroll now, so Perez moves up to 4th position. So it's like 2021, Verstappen, Hamilton, and then the second cars of Russell and Perez. But Russell last year was Bottas, of course. There is Max Verstappen, there is Lewis Hamilton, the gap 2.5 seconds, and I think Hamilton's slowly beginning to just match the times. Looking at the timing screen, Hamilton was actually fast on that last lap than Verstappen, but I agree with your point, Nick, that the Mercedes has no straight line speed.
Yeah, and I would still say Verstappen's just managing it.
Yeah. Josh, when... Sorry, Nick. Yeah. Josh, when's the...
Carry on.
Thanks, Nick. Josh, when's the pit stops coming? Lap 14, is it?
The pit stops, if I just get it up quickly again...
I'm just trying to think, Nick, if I was Mercedes...
Lap 14 to 19
There we
for
go.
mediums to hards, that's the quickest two-stopper. Lap 12 to 18 for the very close two-stopper. And lap 10 to 15 for the slower three-stopper.
Nick, if you were a Mercedes, would you gamble on the two-stopper that is just as quick? Because then you're on faster tyres, because Red Bull are probably going to go for the harder options, aren't they?
Yeah, I think Hamilton's got to that range about 3 seconds where Verstappen will just be able to cover whatever they do. They probably will gamble, but I still don't see Mercedes beating Red Bull on just outright track position. They need a well-timed safety car or something.
And up the inside, Gasly makes a move on Lando Norris. Turn 12, Lando's trying to come back around the outside line. Not going to work into turn 13 and 14, though he's staying with him. Gasly's got so much rear understeer as well. He's struggling to put the grip down. Lando's gained right back up, and here comes Valtteri Bottas as well. The battle for 8th between the top there, between 8, 9 and 10. Gasly, Norris and Bottas. I think Norris might just not want to go for the move around the outside. He'll save it for the DRS straight. That's personally where I put it. Oh, let's hear from Zach Brown on the pit wall.
Slipping a little bit backwards here. He got caught out at the start when Carlos spun. So let's see if we can recover here.
But your battle is with Alpine really today, isn't it? And so far looking an awful lot better for you than it's looking for Alpine in that battle for 4th in the championship.
Yeah, long way to go, but we're in the points now. Not too many points, and looks like we got Bottas on us pretty hard. So hopefully we can get a little bit further up the grid.
Thanks, Zach. And this is what happened, Nick, to Sergio Perez. Oh, that was the contact on the opening lap with the Alpine of Zhou. So that's where that's the Alfa Romeo of Zhou. That's where the contact came from.
Yeah, it's a very light tap, but it's not really the place you'd expect to be overtaken. So I can understand why Bottas didn't leave the space, but he should have left space because Perez was quite a long way alongside.
Almost had deja vu there. Turn 12, it's involving Gasly and Albon, has been reviewed. No further action. I think that was for the contact. Oh, Russell's got damage too. Look, you're right, Nick. You're bang on. Look, front right end plate, the same as Perez. Here's his damage too on the Mercedes. It's hanging off ever so slightly. So, indeed, damage to the Mercedes of Russell. And you called it immediately. There was always going to be some problem.
Yeah, it doesn't look like major damage, so it doesn't look like that alone would be slowing him down much. He might have knocked something on the suspension or steering as well. It was quite a hard hit on the front corner.
Would you?
But
go on.
With the 5-second penalty, he could, if he has to have a nose change or anything else, he could be in for a very painfully long pit stop.
Yeah, would you risk changing the wing with that penalty, or would you pray for a safety car later on in the race to sort of take that wing change penalty then?
Depends if it gets worse.
Yeah.
If it starts flapping around again, he's going to get the meatball flag, and then they don't have a choice. So if it's not flapping now, it shouldn't be.
When Josh returns to the commentary box, I'm going to ask him to look up the rules, because if he gets the meatball flag, does he have to serve his penalty, or because it's a meatball flag that has to require work to the car, would he have to take it both at the same time? I imagine he would have to serve the 5-second penalty at the same time as changing the wing by request of the stewards.
Yeah, because it's the next pit stop, so it would still count as your next pit stop.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to be sure on that one as well, as Lando Norris is closing up on the back of Pierre Gasly as well, coming out of turn 6 and 7, top of the hill then. And this is the battle for third. We're watching on board the screens with Russell and Perez as well. We've sort of got a split screen.
Like he's suffering through the high-speed corners with that end plate missing.
Look at that, not even the bumps as well, but the steering wheel, it's dragging towards the right-hand side, isn't it, as well? He's getting caught in the wash of Russell, and because he's lost downforce, you say, the car is pulling towards the wall on the right.
I've never seen that before, but it's quite extraordinary to see that.
Norris trying to go around the outside of Gasly, coming into turn 12 as well. Can't quite get the cut back on him too. Let's hear from Ted.
Max Verstappen has just done, so something like a 1:42.8, something like that. But then he gets in the dirty air of Sebastian Vettel in front of him, the Aston Martin, and that gap has not been below a second. That Leclerc has not been able to break a second gap to Sebastian Vettel ahead of him in the Aston Martin.
Radio.
Noticing a little bit of tearing in the front.
So Hamilton's complaining then of tyre wear. Now, is that to go for a strategy of coming in on lap 12 and going onto the softer tyre compound, which can do just as fast a two-stopper strategy? Personally, I think everybody would go for that strategy more, but Lando Norris is closing up the hill, and he's going for the movement towards turn 1. Gasly shuts the door in there. That's going to leave Lando a bit vulnerable to the back of Bottas as Albon and Zhou. That's early, isn't it?
Very early. They might be going for a 3-stop.
So, yeah, Josh did say lap 8 to 12, wasn't it, for a 3-stop race. So let's see what tyres they put on then. Albon's exiting the pit lane, so is Zhou in a second. Alfa Romeo, the last pit lane here this weekend. Williams are just behind them, so Albon does get out ahead. Albon goes to mediums, Zhou goes to hard, so complete polar opposite strategies there. Zhou's going for the 2-stopper, and Albon's going for the 3-stopper. Okay.
can see Perez catching up in the middle and last sectors, but then loses a ton of time in the first sector with that damage.
Can Lando find a way through into turn 12 as well, getting on the DRS Verstappen radio as Lando.
Verstappen's radio.
Yeah, the wind is quite high out there as well. You can see it on the screen, 7 kilometres an hour blowing gusts as well. Quite ironically, he was showing you on the YouTube chat as well at the same time. This is getting a lot of entertainers now. Deborah said Hamilton has a chance for the win if Verstappen has any issues. He does, but he's 3.7 seconds back at the moment, and Verstappen wasn't exactly happy with the car at the start of the weekend, so anything is guessing though. I've just had a reply from a friend of mine who says gutted for Carlos Sainz though as well. So that is not great. As into the pit lane comes Valtteri Bottas. So Josh, talk us through the 3-stop and the tyre strategies for stopping this early in the race. If it goes hards, it's a 2-stop. If it's mediums, it's a 3-stop, right?
If I remember rightly, if they go hard, it could be a 2-stopper, it could be a 3-stopper.
Well, he's put the hards on, so Tsunoda and Ricciardo pit 2.
This is very early, let's say, because the very close 2-stopper starts at lap 12. It's currently lap 11. The slower 3-stopper starts at lap 10. So we're in the slower 3-stopper. So it will be interesting to see if they take the hards a couple of laps further to lap 32 to 38, where they can do the very close 2-stopper, or take the hards to lap 35 to 42, even a little bit further to get back on the quickest 2-stopper.
This is
going to wide.
Oh yeah, very, and it's not going to give anything to the. Oh, let's say tyres are still okay. Says Hamilton on the radio via text. Well, the text we're seeing, he said it obviously over the radio. You can't text in the car. But yeah, Vettel's having a bit of problems out there. Nick, is the wind causing problems with the tyres? Like, is it the extra steering angle they're having to put in as well, wearing the tyres faster, something like that? Because it's very unusual high crosswinds at the moment.
I wouldn't say so noticeably. I think it's just that this track's always pretty hard on tyres, just the nature of it. I'd say they're probably still going on the 2-stop strategy, because if they were going on the 3, they would have stopped at the start of the window. This is only a lap before the start of the 2-stop window, so that makes more sense than stopping right at the end of the 3-stop window.
Let's have from Max.
Just mind that single bump on the run down to turn 12. Try to stay right.
And that is in the braking zone as well. Turn 12 after the straight. In comes Gasly. He puts on looks like a used set of hard compound tyres, actually. They've done a cycle through them as well. Although now I get to see them in a bit more light. I can see some sheen on the right-left as well. So it looks like it is a brand new set of hard compound tyres then for Gasly. See the difference a bit of light makes on the situation. 45 laps to go. It's lap 12 of 56.
Hards.
Go on. Oh, it was used.
Used hards for Gasly 1 lap.
Ah, so they are used. Oh, okay. Do you know, I should always trust my first instinct. That's something I should never doubt myself. So it is used hards. Thanks, Josh. As Leclerc going to have another run, Nick, as well on the back of Vettel. Is the Ferrari faster?
Yeah, he'll get that one done. Easy peasy.
At the inside. Nicely done. And let's hear from Lewis.
Lewis, it's hammer time.
Oh, ho, ho. We have not heard that all season long. It's hammer time for Lewis Hamilton. Somebody get the song. Somebody get it. It's hammer time. First time in 2022. And if Lewis wins today...
Trust me, I will not do it.
Well,
I do not want to be bad against L8's.
Hamilton pits! Hamilton pits to put on the hard compound tyre. It's a 2.7 second stop. Oh, it's 2.9 actually. Brand new set of hards. Russell takes second. Perez goes third. But Hamilton takes the alternate strategy as well. And now the ball is in Red Bull court, but it's hammer time for the first time in 2022. If Hamilton wins today, he'll be the second British winner in a World Championship event, because in the Moto3 race this morning, cover your ears if you don't want to hear for 30 seconds, it was Britain's John McPhee who got his 4th career win and his first in over 2 years after starting 22nd on the grid in Malaysia. So can Lewis Hamilton bring the God Save the King national anthem back?
So,
what do you want me to do?
Free to push.
So,
It's
Nick,
happened coming in this lap, I'd say.
yeah, I was about to ask you that as well. Is that a code to come into the pit lane? Because I think Red Bull are a bit nervous at the moment.
I think they can just cover Mercedes. They've got enough speed over them. So I'd expect Verstappen to be in this or next lap.
Well, as he comes through, Max Verstappen won here last year, starting on pole position. Lewis Hamilton has won here in 2012, 2014, 15, 16 and 17, did it in a row. And then, as well, he also won at Indianapolis in 2007. Hello to M. Tiller, who says, it's like they saw on television game shows. Always trust your first instincts, don't second guess yourself. Absolutely good advice, and I'm not going to second guess myself anymore. As they come through, as the action continues.
And Verstappen pits.
Yeah, Verstappen dives in, so you bang on, and I think Russell's coming in too. So it's another hard compound tyre. Now, what was the gap? It was 25.1 seconds he had to Lewis Hamilton at the end of that one. Oh, yeah, Perez coming in too. So come on, Lewis.
No, he didn't come in.
No, Perez takes lead. Okay, I thought they were because they had another set of tyres there. So 2.6. Yeah. Oh, look, 5 seconds penalty. They're not. Are they changing the wing? Hard's going for Russell.
No.
No, they can't lose the track time, can they? Oh, is Stroll going to come out ahead of the world champion Max Verstappen? Max has had a poor exit. Stroll's got fresher tyres. Stroll's going to go around the outside, but Max gets the tyres up to temperature and gets it through. Norris only did an 8.4 second stop, so he has not changed that front wing. Presumably, Nick, they just ripped it off instead with their bare hands.
I'd say they've left it, probably. If they haven't been told to pit, then they won't need to pit. It looks like Hamilton's lost time because he's got to clear all these cars still.
Where is he? On the drive. There he is. Yeah, he's stuck behind. What's happened to Lewis? Lewis is stuck behind this battling pack as well.
Yeah, Mercedes didn't time that very well.
No.
There is.
Go on, Josh.
There's 3 drivers out on track currently who have pitted, but they've gone from mediums to mediums. So it looks like they're doing the quickest 2-stopper the other way around. Instead of going medium to hards to mediums, they're going medium to hards.
And Lance Stroll gets passed for 3rd position by Charles Leclerc, dives up the inside and takes 3rd position. So that was down to turn 12 as well. So the race starting to come alive as well as Leclerc makes it up. But he hasn't yet made a pit stop, has he? Charles Leclerc. He's still on the original tyres, right?
Yeah, I'd expect Perez in this lap.
Because otherwise they're just going to be out of kilter. Unless they're preying on a safety car. But chances of a safety car here, it's only appeared 3 times. The safety car has been...
Let's see if they changed the wing.
Yeah, let's see what they're going to do here then. Perez
You went in the Mercedes garage there.
No, there wasn't, was there?
No wing change.
Yeah, Perez just changed over to, I think, hard, so he's on the same strategy. Leclerc takes 2nd then. Verstappen regains the lead. Hamilton's down to 5th. So the two Astons are causing problems again.
2.1.
Whoa. 2.1
Easily
seconds.
ahead of Russell.
And Norris is quite quick as well as he comes in to change over to mediums. 2.4. Yes, F1 personnel member, do not cross the pit lane when there's a car coming through. In fact, why is he going across? You're not allowed to cross the pit lane in a live session at all. You're not allowed. If that was Ted Kravitz, he'll get crucified for that. As Lando goes through. That was stopped, of course, after an ex-Ferrari team principal came out of his pit box and almost got run over by Valtteri Bottas back in 2016. I remember that. It was in Malaysia. Quite a fun evening that was as well. Any news from the stewards though, Josh? Because I see something's come up and I can't read it.
Yeah, it's just track limits and times being deleted. Albon's had a 144.688. That was for turn 19. Ricciardo's had a 144.578 deleted for track limits at turn 19. And Perez a 143.075 for track limits at turn 19. Once again, so lap 6, lap 7 and lap 8 all have had one car doing track limits, and Mick Schumacher a 145.9 flat for track limits at turn 19 as well.
Okay, so who comes in?
Stroll.
Yeah. Stroll pits then from 3rd position. Dives in. Leclerc leads with... Verstappen leads, Leclerc 2nd, but Leclerc has yet to stop. So is Vettel. So this is the first stop. It looks like mediums are going to go on the front there. And they look used as well. And this is the thing, as Stroll has a bad pit stop. Yeah. 3.8 seconds. Wow, that's an eternity. That's them done for points. Have you noticed as well? I don't know why they do this, Aston Martin, but I've noticed this, and it's been happening since Australia early on this season. In qualifying and practice, they don't have a new set of tyre left for the race at all. They use them all as Hamilton dives up the inside of Vettel into turn 1 to take third position. But the Astons don't have any fresh tyres for the Grand Prix, ever. It's mind-boggling why they don't, why they like putting heat cycles through them. Because it just doesn't work.
They struggle to bring the tyres in, which might explain the qualifying struggles. So they don't want to do it in the race. So they put a heat cycle through them, so it's easier to bring them in the race, even though you lose a lap of life out of them.
See? And this is why we need Nick, tech expert. Yep. But, right, that's a good explanation. So there we go. Thank you, Nick. See? This is why I need Nick constantly in the box. Let's see Esteban Ocon then. With Mick Schumacher. Mick's in 9th. That's how crazy this race is, by the way. Mick's in 9th, and now he's defending from Esteban. Esteban's going to go right round the outside to turn 12. Easily done with the DRS. Locks the rear axle up a little bit as well. Goes a little bit wide. Schumacher tries to cut back. Still dicing with each other, but it's no comprende. As well as Esteban stays ahead in P9. Good defending there for the pair of them, of course. That could have been teammates, but not. Go on.
One more track limit at turn 19 for Alexander Albon, and he will have the black and white flag.
Oh, I love that flag. So Albon's in a bit of trouble. Then again, we saw with Zhou in qualifying yesterday. It's literally just the slightest of oh, let's hear from Leclerc. I thought I heard this
when he
video.
pitted.
Oh dear.
Plan E already?
Oh my God, how bad is their race going for Ferrari? That's already a plan E. Plan E for emergency exit as well. And let's hear from Anthony Davidson at Sky Race Control.
Has been told to just ease these tyres in, where he was told immediately when he put those new tyres on, because he had that luxury, of course, of Lewis being stuck behind the traffic. Now he's cleared the traffic, expect his lap times to improve. Lewis is pushing on his
Lewis
just on his
looking
personal
struggling
best.
down there.
That really, I feel like that really did hurt Mercedes in coming out behind that gaggle of cars.
Yes.
So let's just say, I think Josh has got news for us as well, because I can see he's holding the black and white flag. Oh, Verstappen.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this compound?
Nothing special so far. I mean, that doesn't feel amazing, doesn't feel bad.
Understood.
Okay, so Verstappen's a bit indifferent, but go on, Josh. Then I'll get to Tiller's comments in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, firstly, black and white flag for Albon, and turn 1 incident involving Joel and Schumacher noted for forcing another driver off the track.
So Tiller's comments coming through as well. Wait, Aston's causing problems, or are they bringing a challenge? With this being Vettel's final season, I would love to see him do great in his final races, if I can be honest. I hope that he does great as well. Just commentate on this replay quickly as Magnussen gets passed by Gasly on the inside to turn 12. Nice little send up the inside. Hold on, I thought there was a regulation in which they had 13 tyres of varying hardness, then them turning them in after some practices. Has that changed, or am I misunderstanding something? Yellow sector 3, what's happened? So we're... Bottas! Valtteri Bottas has stopped coming out the back half into turn 19 before Andretti. Now, is this a safety car? Has he crashed, or is what's happening out there? Well, it would help if we saw TV pictures, but we're seeing nothing at the moment, just the yellow flag symbol. Bottas has stopped, and Verstappen is at the back, so they've got time to move him if they need to, but Bottas is stationary, and he's in the gravel. So this will be a full safety car, and it is a safety car. This is brilliant. This is brilliant for everybody who wants to change that. This is brilliant for Charles Leclerc. This brings him completely into the Grand Prix now. Nick, talk us through what happened.
So he's just going to turn in. He's just going to lose the rear, I guess. Yep.
Yeah. Let's hear from him.
Just lost the back end. Okay, copy.
Safety car is out, and the race changes again, Nick.
Leclerc and Vettel are going to be very happy with that.
Unbelievably good. And Alonso. Yeah, and Alonso. Alonso had a penalty. Yeah.
Many people.
Oh, my word. So, and Magnussen. And Ocon. So, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Safety car's out then. Now, Verstappen, is he going to come into the pit lane? Is he thinking about it? Leclerc is.
Leclerc is.
Obviously, he's got a big enough gap to Hamilton and Vettel. Vettel will come in too, so Hamilton will take second place as well. I think that's a bad mistake. I would have pitted and changed tyres because I think Hamilton might pit though. He may as well if he's complaining about the tyres already.
He is not.
No, he stayed out. Hard tyres go on though for Leclerc.
Perez will change his wing. No, it doesn't look like it.
Where's Perez? He's past the pit straight. Russell's gone through. Alonso's gone through.
Leclerc's going to be ahead of Perez still.
Yeah, Vettel takes a new set of medium compound tyre. Alonso's into the pit lane.
Close.
Oh, we're in. Oh, that's too tight. Coming out into turn 1, and Perez gets ahead of Leclerc. That's a bit more crucial for Red Bull. They didn't need that in their way for Ferrari. 4th for Leclerc. Perez 3rd. Now, who else is pitting? Alonso's in there too. Red flag. Oh no, hang on a minute. Still safety car. Sorry, I was looking at my timing screen and it went red. So apologies for that. It's a phantom red flag on the graphic screen as well. So this is that's an Ocon, is it, coming out of the pit lane? He had to brake and Gasly was going to chop him off anyway. Oh, it's Alonso. Thanks, Nick. I'm all over the place at the moment, guys. I don't know if you can do anything for me as they come through. So safety car is out.
Snickers.
Yes, that's what I need. I need Snickers. So everyone's pitted who hasn't. So yeah, so Verstappen, Hamilton, Perez, Leclerc, Russell, Vettel, Stroll, Gasly, Alonso, Norris the top 10, Tsunoda, Ocon, Schumacher, Zhou, Magnussen, Ricciardo, Albon, Latifi are your 18 runners. So yeah, I apologise for saying it was a red flag. I was looking at my timing monitor on the T feed, and the graphic which shows the countdown with 1 hour 26 minutes remaining of this race, it was showing the safety car, and then it went to red flag. So obviously I thought, oh, this must be some of the new procedure to bring something onto the track. Go on, Josh.
And as we see a race replay, we'll get to that in a minute, but as part of the new regs and procedure, a new race control message has gone out to notify the teams about a recovery vehicle on track at turn 19.
Fantastic. After the Japanese Grand Prix mess as well, so they now know where a recovery track is. That should have been the standard. I mean, I've seen messages on the race control before of man on track at turn 15, that sort of thing. Let's hear from Russell.
Cutting back hard.
That was Russell at the start of the race, Nick, when he had a go at Sainz. Did Sainz cut across him? What's your view on it from Sainz on board?
Sainz was taking the corner. Russell's up to his own radio trick.
Cars from Mercedes.
So Sainz.
Okay, go on again, Nick.
Sainz was no way in. He's just taking the corner. He's got to turn in at some point, or he's going to be in the wall out the exit. So you cannot blame him even slightly for that incident.
So, I'm just thinking to myself personally at the moment, we're 38 minutes into this Grand Prix, but I'm thinking about something else I can't mention, otherwise someone might spoil it for me. So I'm just staying strong. Nick and Josh know what I'm on about. Anyway, no, don't say it. Don't. I'll get someone spoiling it. Okay, so Verstappen leads this race with Hamilton second. Now, Nick, if you were Mercedes, would you just tell him to go all out on the restart?
Well, he's going to, isn't he?
Yeah.
But with this no DRS and the straight line speed of that Mercedes, it's going to be very difficult. I think he'll need to be looking out for Perez in his rearview mirror.
Feels strange I can sit down because there's no one else in the com box, which is nice under the safety cars as well. As we see,
I've taken a step back so I can see every single one of my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screens in its drone cam again.
Oh, drone cam.
And it actually stayed stable in there.
Hey.
And there was a motorcycle rider there.
Get him.
That's okay. Okay, that's
that must have been a shock.
They've got
How
it
long
working.
are we giving it until the
time.
drone falls on the track?
I thought it was going to hit the bridge as well. I honestly thought it was going to hit it.
But it's going to happen one day. Something's going to go wrong with the drone. It's going to end up on the track.
And they'll have to red flag or something, or a safety car.
It's already happened somewhere. I've seen it happen in a race somewhere.
Where was
It
it?
happened at a banger racing meeting at Arlington in Eastbourne, East Sussex. I was there, and I only used to live 10 minutes away from the track.
Seconds.
Let's hear from Hamilton.
Okay, so Hamilton's saying these brakes are something else, mate. I'm struggling. So Lewis is not liking the brakes, and he can't get the tyres. How he wishes he had DAS still. Anyway, go on, Josh.
Yeah. So there was a national banger race, and the drone which was filming for Speedworth TV literally fell out of the sky and fell onto the track. And because it's a classic banger meeting, and it's not like F1, they kept going and a couple of cars ran over it.
Oh dear. I mean,
So
you never
rest in peace.
Oh, look, as it stands, Red Bull are the Constructors' Champions for 2022. As things stand.
200 points ahead.
Wow.
Yes, and that is because Carlos Sainz retired.
Red Bull
And
Racing.
Turn 1
Go on, Josh.
incident involving Stroll and Schumacher reviewed no further investigation for forcing another driver off the track. I need glasses if I'm going to read that from this far back, but I did it.
I always have glasses on, man. Go on.
I'm going to need like a little magnifying glass.
This is Perez's start then, Nick, as well. He bogged down in the initial phase, and that's why he got jumped by the two Astons as well. There's the lockup from Albon. It was just a mess, really, for Perez, wasn't it?
Right, it's going to get around a few people who got held up in the spin for
Safety
Sainz.
car into slap.
Great. There's the contact, look,
This
Nick.
was all a bit crazy. Yeah, a bit of a late lunge, maybe.
Hit the side of Bottas. I don't know.
Bottas didn't give him space, though, it looked like, from that angle.
You know, I don't think anyone would expect to be sent up the inside there. But, yeah, racing incident for the first lap, definitely.
Yeah.
This is when Perez's wing flew off the track, I believe. There it goes.
He should have been given the meatball flag for that.
Yeah, it went flying off the side into the Armco.
Way too dangerous of a motion as well.
And that was fast, I can tell you that.
2.1 seconds.
Twitter will be having a field day with that.
Red Bull
When
shouldn't be
are they not having a field day?
Red Bull shouldn't be
Best not to
champions, yeah, because of all that. I'm staying off Twitter for this race because of other things as well. I can't actually look at my Twitter feed. It's really annoying.
Yeah, it's incredibly toxic over the last few days.
Oh look!
Yeah.
Should we have a lap comparison of Austin? For an F1 car to 141, the safety car is 51 seconds slower, and a family car is 85 seconds a lap slower around
family
here.
car though?
Yeah, it
Or is
never
it like
tells
a-
us.
I am waiting for the meme to come on Twitter again, where they did it in Monza, and they'll probably do it again. They
Yeah.
put the Williams of Latifi
Well,
over the family car and
Yes,
call
he
it the
did.
Latifi car.
He's doing it again. Max is back in the pack up. Now, you're not allowed to do this. There's a rule that came in where you have to stay 10 car lengths as well. And you even have to stay at a minimum delta speed. Max cannot be backing the pack up this much. He got told off for it in Saudi Arabia, and then a new rule came in. Now he's hit pedal to the metal, coming through the 18, 19, 20 section of the track as well. So no overtaking until the start-finish line as well. And since we're in Austin, Texas, since we're in America as well, it may as well make sense to do this one. It's boogity, boogity, boogity. As well, as we go racing again, green flag is out. Verstappen leads. He's already put a 7/10 advantage to Hamilton as well towards turn one. Anyone feeling frisky enough for a move uphill? Yes. Look at the Alpine going to try and make a move as well. And Stroll's trying to defend as well. And Stroll and Verstappen, Vettel going side by side. Sorry, Stroll and Vettel side by side. Vettel's on the outside line trying to hold through. Meantime, from the back, Danny Ricciardo, Lando Norris trying to go with Yuki Tsunoda. It's all happening here. They're all two side by side with each other. Good restart there for everyone.
Aston Martins were going into each other then.
Yeah, so Aston's down, 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 down. Alonso is into 8th position as well, as something's cheering in the background. So what's excited the fans in the action as well? Maybe it's just them going through, but usually a cheer like that means something's happened. Now, let's see. Verstappen's pulled a second already. As what's happening with Alonso? He's trying to break the DRS train as well and trying to look on the inside. And he's locked up! Alonso! Or is that Ocon? I can't tell. Ocon. Oh, my word. The numbering here today is shocking. It's, wow, big accident, huge! And that is Alonso! And we've got a car in the middle of the track. It's Lance Stroll.
This will be a red.
Yeah, safety car's out. We've got Lance Stroll all over the track. Fernando Alonso up in the air as well. A huge accident. The red flag will surely come out. Safety car at the moment. And it's Lance Stroll, we believe, who it is. Lance Stroll has gone up in the air, flinged across the track. He's bounced back on into the centre. And Alonso was airborne. The safety car's back out, but a huge, huge crash down the back straight away. And the safety car's back out. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a red flag.
The cars shouldn't go airborne like that, and there's debris littered across the whole circuit. I will not be surprised if we see a red flag It looks like the safety car's moving over to maybe like the medical car fast.
Oh,
yes.
yeah, this will be a red flag
That's
for
a lot
sure.
of debris.
Barrier's damaged as well. This will be a race stoppage for sure here, which really annoys me because I had Doctor Who to watch, but this will show there's debris all over the track. Let's get serious for a moment here because we haven't actually seen Lance Stroll get out of the car, so I'll turn it back to serious and stop with that. But the safety car is out. The medical car has gone out with that accident as well. And Stroll has not, I've been told Stroll's not got out of the car yet. He's waiting for the medical car. I've heard no confirmation of anything from the team, but all I know is at the moment that with the amount of debris on the track, I think the race is going to go to a red flag situation. I'll wait for confirmation on that as Alonso comes into the pit lane.
I think if the medical sensors are triggered, you have to stay in the car.
Yes, you do.
And because there's no, and he's out of the car. Fantastic news. The medical car's even driven off. No, it hasn't. It's stopped in front of him. So Lance Stroll is out of the car. He is okay. But with the amount of debris in the car in the middle of the track, this will be a red flag.
Where's the medical car going?
I don't know. Maybe he's trying to get out of the way. Talk us through it, Nick. This is Alonso right in the back, and Stroll's ahead of him.
So gets off the corner, gets in the slipstream. It's going to go to the inside. Is it going to be a late defence from Stroll?
Oh my word! We can hear the reaction of the Americans. And that was full speed. I'm amazed nobody hit Stroll. What was Stroll doing? What a stupid... Stroll needs banning for that.
Dangerous.
Stroll needs a race ban for that.
Alonso that was in the air, not
yeah.
Stroll.
Well, I thought Stroll comes back on the track in the air. He hits the barrier and comes back on in the air. Watch, there he goes, look. Hits the track and comes back on. Okay, he's okay. Let's listen.
I crashed.
Really?
Okay, Lance, you okay?
Tyres come off as well. That shouldn't happen.
Yeah. Off the rim.
That was a classic Le Mans jumping over the hill and going on two wheels.
Let's have a look at Pierre Gasly. He was witnessing firsthand. Oh, massive.
Whoa.
A lot of debris there. Red flag it and bring everybody in and change it through. I mean, that is ridiculous.
Why Fernando Alonso got back?
You okay?
Yes, mate.
Alonso's got... I don't think Alonso's actually out of the race, you know. Alonso's in the race still. Alonso is in the race. He went flying, but he's okay. No sign of the red flag at the moment, so Niles Ritter, the race director, is waiting.
They'll just rush up the... I don't think the barrier damage was that bad.
Yeah, but they've all gone through it with punctures now, haven't they? They've all gone through that zone of the track.
Here comes the JCB from inside of turn 12. You can see it coming down. And now that the whole field has passed, the marshals are going.
Alonso's still on his way.
I'll be very surprised if they don't stop this one. But go on.
Look at the car. It looks like it's vibrating quite a lot.
Yeah, it's chugging, isn't it? It's like it's in limp home mode, isn't it? So yeah, Alonso's out of this race. Don't tell Megan.
I did not open the umbrella. I promise. I just touched it.
Well, did anyone else notice Alonso came very close to hitting the open part of the barrier as well? Where he went flying off. That was... Oh, I always say it's dangerous there. They should have a barrier that can come out automatically. Like we have in go-karts when they separate the pit lane. That's a barrier that can manually be moved to get people on the track. That's what we should have, not massive openings as well. Let's take another look at it on board with one of the Haas cars of Mick Schumacher flying into the face of... I can't believe they're going to let these guys go on as... They've all gone through the zone. Yeah. Oh, I can't believe this won't be a red flag. Let's have a look at Lando. And he was second through the debris. Oh, and he got hit on the helmet, didn't he? Even with the halo. He got struck by a bit of debris. That was very lucky from Lando. So what they're going to do here then? Are they going to red flag it? Are they going to give everyone a new set of tyres? Or are we going to risk it? Personally, you keep going through... The debris is littered that track. You're putting the tyres through the carbon fibre, and if it breaks at this track, it'll be a horrendous accident. So
you're going 200 miles an hour at that point as well. So if you have a tyre blowout, it's not going to be pretty.
So I don't know why they haven't, or mandatory every... Yeah, where's the red flag? Let's just see. Let's see what they have to do. It's under investigation by the stewards. Well, I can tell you what the result of that will be. A race ban for Lance Stroll, undoubtedly. You don't move. Yeah. Actually, guys, do you reckon we might get away with this? I mean, I'm worried about the driver's tyres. That's going to be a worry, but the car can get out of the way. We might just get away with it.
With the barriers, it's only the advertising.
Yeah, it looks okay.
Damage. The actual barrier is okay.
We might just get away with this, you know. Of course, they might just be checking it all now, and then if they find
Yeah.
something while checking it, then we'll get a red flag procedure. Stroll's back in the paddock already.
It looks like, Joss, they've got one JCB looking at the barrier, one JCB recovering Stroll, because there was two there, one next to the barrier, one next to Lance Stroll.
You're right, I can see it on the screen now.
Looks like they've cleared up the debris.
I can still see little bits of it though. It's highlighting. Look, the marshal's running back to get it. Nick, in your position, what would you do as a race director?
I think we'll get away with the safety car. It wasn't as bad as it initially looked.
Yeah, the cars flying across the track was the alarming bit. I think we're just used to a red flag at this point, aren't we? For any slightest bit of incident, they stop the race. So
the red flag would have been probably good for the race because everyone could come in, fix their... Perez could fix his wing, Hamilton could fix his brakes.
It would be a second start as well, second standing start.
Yep.
So,
but
okay.
I think probably in this lap.
I agree. I think brooms, they've got the brooms, they can take it as well. So, very massive accident. Let's hear from Charles Leclerc. He's going to complain.
And as a reference, tire life for the medium was better than expected.
Okay, so tire life for the medium is better than that, and he's on the hard compound. He's been on that for 6 laps as well now. I'm keeping my eyes.
What he's going to want to hit.
Yeah, I'm keeping my eyes on the F1 T feed as well. It's always in my eye just to see if they red flag this race, because we'll get told a couple of seconds before the TV pictures do. Let's take another look at it as well. Stroll's just cutting across the track. Alonso goes completely airborne. Lands, look, he nearly hits that barrier. He was so close to being a
How
killer.
is that car still working?
I don't know. Is he still in the race? Yeah, he's 16th still. Stroll had the more dramatic though, bouncing back across the track in front of everybody.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get collected.
Marcel's duck, goose.
Look at
Safety
this.
car in.
Oh wow, okay, we are going to look how close he was though to the side of the barrier. That would have been a that could have been a career ender for Alonso there. Wow, and a high speed as well. Oh. With no rear wing on these cars, it's like pushing a pendulum round. Just nasty. Safety car's in this lap, so we're going to go green then. They've handled that amazingly well under a safety car. Full respect to the marshals and the race control team as well, that we haven't had to stop this race. And the safety car will come in this lap. Max Verstappen will once again control the field, and that only lasted a couple of laps. Yellows breed yellows, and we're going to have another one with 32 laps to go of this Grand Prix. Now Hamilton's got us down the back of Verstappen a lot quicker this time as well. Is it going to be hammer time? Safety car is officially in. Here we go again then for the United States Grand Prix, our third start of the day. We had one standing, now we've had 2 rolling, and Verstappen again, Nick, is just holding them through. He's not allowed to do this, but of course he does dictate the pace.
You can, I think he can, when the safety car lights are out, and he's gone.
Away we go again then. So Hamilton again is being caught out. I mean, he's gone with him a little bit, but still the gap's still 5 tenths. Look at that. The Red Bull just pulls ahead, leaps and bounds to the Mercedes. It's green flag. Race on again here in Austin, Texas, as Verstappen leads, Hamilton second, Perez in third, and Russell's in 5th position under pressure already from Sebastian Vettel in the run in towards turn number 1. The top 7 are sort of broken away, or even through in as well. Gasly for that mix as well, so Noda had a poor restart as well, and the gap is already a second between Verstappen and Hamilton. That Red Bull is on full-on steroids to get ahead at the start. It's unbelievable.
Maybe that's what they spend some of their budget on.
Like that thing on TikTok you see with Henry Hoovers and cars taking cocaine and then going, woo! So past us. It's pretty much what it is, isn't it? It's Verstappen got... Oh, this is what's going to alarm me, though. We're going to go full speed down that straightaway, so if there's any residual debris, this is where we could see another big one. So keep your fingers crossed, everyone. The exit 10-11.
I love seeing Vettel this high up.
It's good, isn't it?
Brilliant.
And he's got in front of him a damaged Russell, Nick.
Yeah, you might get him.
Oh, there's still a little bit of debris there, isn't it? You can see it on the start-finish straight. Russell's having to go defensive. Vettel might just sneak through. No, not this time. Come on, Sebastian. Come on, Sebastian. Come on. We all want you to do well. You've got 4 races left. Let's give you something with a podium here today. He's only 6th. Easily done.
One thing I did note is Perez with the new engine here as we're going into Mexico.
I wonder why. Will they give him a race win, do you reckon? Would they let him win his home race?
So.
I do.
That would be brilliant. His dad would explode.
I would love it. I want Red Bull. Red Bull, if you're listening, give him a race win. Lift our confidence a little bit from a British buyer's point of view. Of course, we're not, but it's still something. Lewis Hamilton has just set the fastest middle sector of the lap, but sectors 1 and 3 were faster for Verstappen, and Verstappen's just set a new fastest lap, a 1:41.378. So let's have our little victories this year that Hamilton has taken it, and incident involving Gasly has been noted more than 10 car lengths behind the safety car. So not again interfering with safety car procedure. We had that in Japan. Josh, it seems like the stewards are just after Gasly.
Yes, it does.
Oh.
And,
Strat 2.
Okay, so Verstappen has got no drivability. So, hello. This can be good. As Brad Pitt watches
got no brakes.
Perez win?
Perez has got no wing.
Oh, yeah. Leclerc then?
Yeah, well, yeah, why not?
Yeah, but Leclerc's in a Ferrari. I mean, it's pretty unlikely he'll win. So let's... George Russell's
got damage.
Vettel, yeah. Hello. This could go the way of Vettel, actually. Come on. Let's get behind the truth. Let's get behind the Vettel train. Although right now, Verstappen has put out 1.8 seconds. 1.9 now, I'll correct myself. I don't know. Verstappen just seems to me a driver who always likes to complain, even when the car's going incredibly well. He's done it a lot.
Red Bull with poor drivability is still a lot better than a Mercedes at this point in the season.
Would you say it's better than a Ferrari?
Well, yeah, because they're probably about to pit him for the wets or something.
Yeah, Plan E is extreme wets. That's what it all is.
Different tyre on each corner of the car. One of them's bound to be right.
Okay, we put the yellow on the front right, we put the white on the front left, and then we put the green on the back, and then we put the red on his head, and the blue can go on the back right. DRS enabled. Okay, that's good news as well. Ferrari would probably be the type of team to try and fit an actual wheel to the steering wheel instead. They're not exactly good strategy to a department this year. We're halfway, by the way, the race.
They are so quick down the straight.
See what I mean? See what I mean? I'm just saying. So quick down the straight. I mean, that's including Hamilton in the mix as well. When did Mercedes get that quick? Because, come on, Charles, you've got a brand new engine in there. You took a grid penalty to get there. You were fast in practice. Yeah. Why is this such a problem? What is happening to Ferrari? Self-destructica? Or what? I tell you what, heartbreaking stuff I'm experiencing right now up in the commentary box as well for different reasons as it gets closer and closer, because I've just been informed that a certain person has entered a certain phase of regeneration. That's all I'm going to say. So I've missed it.
Liz Truss, is it?
Yes, it's Liz Truss.
Okay.
Considering David Tennant's coming back in Doctor Who, it's quite fitting that Liz Truss is degenerating into Boris Johnson.
The comeback nobody wanted.
Yeah, but don't worry, he'll only be there for about 3 weeks, and then we get Ncuti Gatwa. Anyway, enough with the Doctor Who puns, but honestly, it's killing me right now that the Doctor's regenerated and I haven't seen it. I've never missed a regeneration in my life, and I've now missed one thanks to this, but it's a great race to miss it on, so I ask no spoilers, please, as they come through, because I'm watching. As soon as this race is done, I'm literally throwing my headset down and I'm walking in the house, so I might not even do the podium. I'm joking. Anyway, back to the action at front, because this is a great little battle, Nick. We've got Gasly, Tsunoda, Norris and Schumacher in a battle for 7th position, and this is sort of after that run of the top 6 leaders. One of them includes Sebastian Vettel, just like I thought I'd put out there.
Basically, as Zach Brown's down in the pit wall, we'll get to that afterwards.
Okay.
Too bad, but any damage is never helpful.
We haven't seen or heard too much from Daniel. Has he sent you a postcard up on the pit wall there?
No, I haven't heard from him yet. We've got a long way to go in this race, so hoping something will still come our way.
Brilliant. Thanks ever so much, Zach.
Back to you then, Josh.
There's Leclerc.
Oh, yeah, Leclerc's coming through. Leclerc's going side by side. Leclerc trying to go around the outside of Perez. In towards turn 12. Perez locks up. Leclerc's going to shut the door. Leclerc goes off the track. And Leclerc comes back on. Side by side, and Perez stays ahead. A great little battle between the two there, but at least Leclerc had a go, Nick. But he went off the track.
Yeah, it looks like Perez is now really struggling with that damage because he's losing a lot of time through the first sector from losing time to Hamilton and Leclerc.
Perez went defensive. Leclerc just sent it around the outside, then came in, locked up, and went straight on. He hit the bump that Verstappen's been told to avoid as well, and went straight on. Josh, you had points.
Yeah, and I believe, Josh, were you secretly Toto Wolff slamming the headphones down on the desk?
I would, but I can't afford to replace 157 quid pair of headphones that I'm wearing as well with the Audio Technicas. I would, but actually I've got Megan's here. She's not here for a while. I'll slam hers down on the desk. Bang! On the desk. There we go. No, I didn't really. I just put my hand on it for audio listeners, but yeah.
Oh, if Megan was watching this right now, I think Megan would be running into the commentary box with that kits involved.
Well, whatever's just happened, well, the doctor's just regenerated, so I know that, because the special will now be over. So Jodie Whittaker's no longer the doctor. I've got no idea who the doctor is now. I'll see it later as well.
Jeremy Clarkson.
Oh, brilliant. I love that. Back to the action then, and in Clarkson's case, he would be saying power for the Ferrari, because he's 35, 34, 33, 32, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 26, 28, 19, he's going to go for a move on the inside line. Perez goes defensive, Leclerc sends it on the inside line, and it's a beautiful move that the Ferrari fans in the grandstand of America absolutely loved. That was beautiful.
I didn't think it was going to end.
Could you say that meters again, please, Josh? I didn't quite get that.
I was running out of breath. That was amazing, Nick.
Yeah, I thought they were going to end up in the side of each other, but there we go. If there's a gap that you no longer go for, you're no longer a racing driver, and there was almost a gap.
Oh, Perez went so defensive. Just sent it. Beautiful from Charles. See, that is how you do a move. That's how you get a slip on the inside. And
I call that perfect.
Yeah. Well, they haven't messed anything up today. Oh, incident involving Gasly is under investigation. Okay, I knew it was noted, but now it's under investigation. So Gasly might be getting a penalty for not staying within 10 car lengths of the safety car. Maybe it's Gasly's fault.
Maybe he thought it was American cars, and they are quite long.
Yeah. He's following an old Cadillac as well. So. Got to leave. If you're a Cadillac, how long's the track? 5.513 kilometres. Still not big enough.
Hamilton's just gained quite a lot of time with Verstappen.
Yeah, he has. 1.7. And he set the fastest first sector.
Leclerc went off. Just get back. Yeah, but he needs to give back the position. Just do it on the track.
He didn't.
No, he didn't. I've just seen it on the onboard again, repeated to me. Leclerc never went off the track. He was still all four wheels on the line. So Perez is gambling there. Yeah, you're right, Nick. Hamilton sets the fastest first sector of anybody, and he's lost it now. So Verstappen must have had a moment somewhere to come back through. Oh, and the two Alpha Towers are making a bit of a battle in turn 12, but neither have made a move. So, 5-second time penalty for Pierre Gasly for a safety car infringement. Go on.
Is overtaking people, having just been in the air and in the wall.
Look,
is that the full thing?
Well, he's an Alpine driver, but I think he thinks he's an aeroplane driver, and that's why he's moving ahead of people faster. Look, my flying machine. Well, of course. Well, go on.
It's like Grosjean in Monaco 2015 when Verstappen clobbered into the back of him at that speed. He just drove off like nothing happened.
Look, my red Alpine F1 car.
There we go. He's a red Alpine, isn't he? Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. Now, let's just think about it. This car, this Alpine, it was Renault, then it was Lotus Renault, then it was Renault again, wasn't it? So that car that Alonso's driving, its distant ancestor is the 2011 Petrov car, which, correct me if I'm wrong, Petrov went flying in Malaysia in 2011 as well. So they have that. Thank you, Nick. They have a habit of flying. And what do you reckon of that then, Nick? Gasly was way behind there.
Fairly obvious. And they had to give him the penalty with the precedent they set in Singapore.
Giving penalties continuously as well as they come back through and keeps on having exactly stuff. This is getting fantastic. Go on.
Russell catching Perez now. And again, that front wing looks like it's starting to hurt him. Russell's front wing also looks like it's getting worse, the flapping on the end plate.
Yeah, it's getting a bit too bad out there. I wonder how much time is that costing him? Where is the
Russell
gap?
probably not much because it's still there, but Perez, I'd say a good chunk of time.
So Vettel needs to get ahead of them, but Vettel's 2.9 back on this little battle, so the field is spread up again. So we need another safety car, I think. So where's Nicholas Latifi when you need him? He's good at hitting.
He's not last.
Yeah, he's not actually. He's 16th. He's good at hitting walls though, so we might need him in this running order of this Grand Prix.
Who's good at hitting walls? Lance Stroll. Oh, wait.
Stroll's already hit the wall. Is that? Curiously enough, that my monitor is saying that Sainz, Bottas and Stroll are still out on the track, which is weird.
I've got stop retired. And Gasly's into the pit lane, dropping down from 8th.
They've stolen Big Shaq's car from last year. That massive bullhorn thing. No good for a joyride.
And
I'd love that.
You didn't see it, Joel.
Go on. I was probably in the
But
house.
there was another similarity to I
2
can
seconds.
because I did agree with Verstappen.
Verstappen says the car is super unpredictable in the wind.
Hamilton's catching me in 1.4 seconds.
Oh, come on.
Yes, so
Dear racing gods, please, please, please. That's all I'm going to say. Go on,
let's
Josh.
just say
Wind's getting worse.
Brad Pitt absolutely did not want to talk with Martin Brundle.
Not again. Oh, why did I get said that there goes copyright? We haven't got anything flagged up, but what happened?
Rolling Stones was played for Red Bull co-owner.
That'll be fine.
Oh, his mirror's loose.
Oh,
Alonso's mirror's loose.
yeah. Well, it's alright, it doesn't need it. Alonso never looks over what's behind him either. We've seen that before in his career.
He could get points in this.
Yeah. Where is he? He's 12th. Hang on. So Alonso can have a massive crash, fly, and yet still get points.
He's about to overtake Ocon.
How old is this man? Yeah, he is actually, isn't he? I mean, what? Esteban Ocon, you are about to be overtaken by a driver who was literally flying in the air 20 minutes ago. I'm turning into Megan.
It's like, he was Ericsson at Nashville in IndyCar.
Oh, yes, he won the race, didn't he?
Did a wheelie, went in on one.
Ed Sheeran.
It's the Apple. And Apple, what's his name? Tim Cook.
That and Ed Sheeran was a person who really wanted to talk to Martin Brundle for once.
That's because they're neighbours.
As Tsunoda and Schumacher pit.
Right, that's their second scheduled stop of the day then, so good news there. Can you believe we've only got 23 laps of this race to go? I think this has been another classic. It's been quite good in terms of, it's been chess again. I don't know. How would you rate the race?
Yeah.
It's pretty standard Austin GP so far.
I just wish it had
Yeah,
a title.
but to say we've had a flying car and said flying cars up in 10th getting points,
what?
Then I think it's pretty good.
Alonso is 10th. I can't.
If he gets
2
points,
seconds.
let's hear from Verstappen.
You're hurting my drivability, these track changes. Understood, Max.
Hamilton will soon be getting DRS on Max Verstappen. We have not said that for a long, long time.
He'll surely be pitting soon as well, though.
Yeah, second stops, and these tyres are damaged as well. Hamilton boxes! Oh, Nick, perfect timing. Hamilton into the pit lane, and what? He's going to put on another set of hard compound tyres, so Hamilton is good to the end of the race now on a brand new set of hard C2 tyres. Leclerc will take second.
Traffic again.
Oh, is he? Yes, he is. Oh, actually, he might just get out ahead of Lando.
Oh, Lando's in as well.
Oh, so it's Magnussen
Lucky
then.
break.
Oh, there's Magnussen out the last corner. Hamilton just says it. Oh, Hamilton. Mercedes have played that brilliantly. Lando pits, medium compound.
Some tweaks to the front wing there.
Is he going to be able to do enough one? Oh, no.
2.2.
No. I've just seen, I forgot to turn somebody off on Twitter. And I've just saw a line of Doctor Who and I don't want to see it. Amy, thank you, Amy, but no. And look at that, that's Lando Norris coming out of the pit lane, a 2.2 second stop. And Tsunoda just gets out back ahead of him. So, sorry I cut you across there, Josh. It was just a personal thing there. Go on.
Yeah, 2.2 second stop for Lando Norris. And shortly, Guan Yu Zhou will be getting a black and white flag.
And Russell shortly might be getting ahead of Sergio Perez into turn 3. He was getting very close. Oh, he has an understeer moment. Wow. Well
That
held.
Mercedes has got no straight line speed.
Boris Johnson has dropped out of running to become Prime Minister. Just been announced.
No.
Richie Sunak, then, because he had 100 votes. So he's Prime Minister. So there you go.
No, there's someone else, isn't there?
Yeah, but you had to have 100, and Penny Mordaunt only had 22. So Richie's already going to get that 100 then. So Richie will be Prime Minister. Verstappen pits. Verstappen dives in. He said a fastest first sector time, but Hamilton is saying the fastest. Leclerc pits too. Oh, right. So yes, very, very slow stop for Verstappen. This is not going well. It's not on. The front wheel gun's not on. Max Verstappen, the tyre didn't go on, and that is a mega slow stop. And Hamilton, Leclerc's jumped him. Leclerc's jumped Verstappen. Leclerc has jumped. The cable cam's broken. Hamilton takes the lead. Hamilton takes the lead of the United States Grand Prix. Oh, of all the joys. And Leclerc is ahead of Verstappen too. It's happened. Hamilton leads the Net Racing Cota. Brilliant.
I said, could this be the day yesterday and on Friday? And it looks like it could be the race win.
Verstappen is furious over the radio, saying, "Why did you do that? Bleep, bleep, bleep." Unbelievable scenes once again in the United States Grand Prix mean that Lewis Hamilton has the net lead of the Grand Prix with 21 laps to go as Russell tries to go around the outside of Perez for the lead of the Grand Prix as well. Perez is slowing. Russell's been told to push and attack. Russell could take the lead. He's on hard tyres. He could go theoretically to the end of the Grand Prix. Can he get anything on it as well? He's done 22 laps though. An awful ask to do any more. Vettel is in third position. What a United States Grand Prix. Here's the pit stop, Nick.
Front left didn't go back on, did it?
Gun failed. And they had to get the emergency one out.
They didn't have a spare one ready.
Oh, Red Bull, too cocky for their own good. And look at that. Ferrari jumped them in the pit lane. Oh, beautiful. Leclerc gets out ahead. Hamilton, fastest lap. Russell comes into the pit lane as well to get a new set of hards. 3.2 second stop for him. Hamilton gets the fastest lap of the race, a 1:44.95. There's Hamilton, but there's Leclerc and Verstappen. Russell's going to come up behind them. So Vettel's P2 on the medium tyres. Perez leads.
It's going to be a fight between the Haas and the Mercedes, Joss.
And that's Magnussen trying to go around the outside of the way. Russell's going to have to give way. Magnussen's got fresher tyre. Well, that more to temperature tyres. Magnussen goes through. Russell down to 7th. You can't catch your breath for a moment at the United States Grand Prix. Wow.
Looks to me like Leclerc is catching Hamilton fairly quickly, though.
This is, it
would have been tight.
Long way to go.
Yeah, you don't need to tell me that.
Max, we're in this together, mate. Head down. Come on.
Yeah, win together, lose.
And Max has made a mistake coming out of turn 12, turn 11 as well, down the back straightaway, so Leclerc's got a little bit of an advantage there as well. Gaps delayed 10th of a second. Verstappen has the DRS. Leclerc's just ahead of him as well. The United States Grand Prix has been turned on its head by Red Bull mistake. And now look further back, there's a Haas drama as well, as that is Russell making the move on Magnussen for 6th position on that fresher tyre. They haven't changed that wing at all.
Still
Nick,
don't like that being there.
I agree.
I wonder if they're going to leave Perez out to the end.
Oh, could they do it? Yeah, could they do it?
This is Sergio Perez. If anyone can do it, he can.
I reckon it's right. I reckon it could be done.
And Leclerc is catching Hamilton.
Yes, 4.6.
A good rate of knots. And Hamilton doesn't seem to be catching Vettel that quickly.
Oh, it's not good. Well, Hamilton's on hards, isn't he? So, and Leclerc and Verstappen on brand new medium, so they are going to hunt him down quicker. 1:39.541 for Verstappen, fastest lap of the race so far. Lot of lock-ons in towards turn 1. Leclerc's going to go defensive. Leclerc does lock up as well. Verstappen's going to try and have the run coming from him as well. Down out of turn 1. 30.2 metres drop down into the Mickey Mouse section. Verstappen is all over the back of Charles Leclerc. This is for net second in the Grand Prix at the moment as well. And if these two have each other off, it's advantage Hamilton. And it's not unlikely.
People could win this race.
I know. Vettel could win this race.
Please, please.
This is, I mean, we thought after the championship was won, it would be dead rubber races. Boy, were we wrong. This is turning into a classic in Kota. Oh,
Yes, it
It
really
always
is.
ends this way as well.
Oh, God.
With people being chased down.
I love it. I don't
Yeah.
know. I can't breathe anymore. Is Verstappen going to make a move?
Vettel,
No, go
no,
on.
not yet.
Fans cheering, huh?
Vettel, Leclerc, Verstappen, and
These
Magnussen
two
all on
would-
the mediums.
These two would be better off not fighting too hard for now, getting up the road, up to Hamilton.
Box. Now, the crucial thing. Pit lane involving Gasly. Penalty not served correctly. Oh,
He's having
no.
a great day.
Oh, great couple of weeks, isn't he, as well, actually? This is ridiculous from Gasly and AlphaTauri. Perez pits.
And
black
also,
Yeah, go on, Josh.
for Gasly, a black and white flag, and for also Zoe as well.
Nick, go on. You say it. I don't want to jinx it. It's your moment. Your driver's just taking the lead.
Well, no, I'm not going to say anything.
And on the inside goes Verstappen very late into turn 1. Leclerc gets the comeback, goes down the line, and the fans are cheering as Leclerc gets back ahead. Oh, Montebene as they come through. This is fantastic stuff. Can they find it back? Side by side, almost through the Mickey Mouse section. Leclerc just ahead of Verstappen. Brilliant racing. And Max, you can't race him. Save your tyres, otherwise it's going to be insane.
No one else is going to say it, so can I say it?
Do it.
Sebastian Vettel is leading the United States Grand Prix, and if he crashes or something happens, please don't blame me.
And look at that, Leclerc went a little bit wide. Max has got such a better exit. This is going to be a great run. Verstappen has the DRS. This is going to have to be a bold move. In Leclerc goes defensive. Max is going to go side by side, and Max takes the lead. But he's in a compromised position into turn 12. He's going to run wide. He's done it. Max takes third, and it's net second as well. Max now can set off after Lewis Hamilton, but I don't think that's the end of it. I really don't.
Perez got back ahead of Russell after dropping behind him at the pit stop.
Unbelievable. I'm breathless. Honestly breathless. What an amazing race. Well, this is unbelievable. It's lap 39, about to turn, and Vettel crosses the line to lead a lap for the first time this season. Brilliant stuff. We haven't said this in years. Vettel leads, Hamilton second, Verstappen's third, Leclerc's fourth, Perez fifth. But the top two are the oldest guys in Formula One. Vettel and Hamilton being chased down by two of the youngest guys in Formula One, Verstappen and Leclerc. And here's the move again into turn 1 where Verstappen almost made it. Nick.
Never going to work. Outbreak himself. Leclerc got the cutback.
What do you make of it, Josh?
Yeah, that, as Nick said, that was never going to happen. And here is the Red Bull and the Mercedes. That's George Russell, and I believe that would have been Max Verstappen exiting the pit lane.
It's Perez.
Sergio Perez,
Whoa,
side by side, and that was...
Perez up to 5th, Russell down to 6th. Wow. Oh, and that's a replay. Yeah, breathe. Whew. Get back in. Calm yourself down. And Vettel's going to be passed by Hamilton. Hamilton's going to take the lead of the race here shortly. He's closed right up to the back of him. Where's the move? There's Vettel. Oh, penalties not served correctly, so it has been investigated. There's your race leader of Sebastian Vettel. Second is Lewis Hamilton. And they are now on the charge together.
This will be an amazing battle going up the hill towards turn 1. Everyone has stopped twice except Vettel, Magnussen and Ocon. Alonso passes Ocon.
He's in 8th.
Here we go.
I can't believe it. Alonso has passed his teammate. Here we go. Up towards turn 1. Hamilton has got to deal with Vettel here. Vettel can see him coming. Up towards turn 1. Hamilton dives to the inside. Vettel gives him no defence. And Lewis Hamilton leads in Kota. Listen to the roar. It's akin to Silverstone. Fabulous, brilliant, fabulous American Grand Prix. It rivals the British. And Vettel is staying with Hamilton.
Alonso's 8th.
Alonso has passed him. Alonso's passed Ocon. This race, can we race in Kota every weekend, please? This is insane. What a Grand Prix. Oh, well, this has certainly woken me up. I was worried I was going to be too sleepy. I'm sweating buckets. Honestly.
Latifi and Schumacher have been noted for causing a collision at turn 12.
Lewis Hamilton is 16 laps away from winning the United States Grand Prix, but Max Verstappen stands in his way. Anything can happen in the next 43 minutes. Let's have a look. Can Leclerc close in on Verstappen? No. Not into turn 12. And honestly, I'm running out of words. America delivers again, and Verstappen's having a problem. Rear of the car was a bit loose there, and I don't think he can last much longer on those rear tyres. Oh, Magnussen under investigation for ignoring yellow flags.
The last 3 messages on my screen are from the FIA.
Oh, Vettel pits.
Oh.
I'm sad now. Race is over. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, Nick. Nice to have you. I'd just like to I'd like to tell you though, as Ian Burge always says, anything can happen in the last 15 laps of a Grand Prix.
All the words straight out of my mouth.
This is what happens. Anything in the last 15. Oh, that's a slow. Oh no.
Front left bit dodgy going on.
It won't go on. It won't go on. Lift it back up. Get the jack back up. No, 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 no. And it's a rear right. No, no.
What were they doing there? 16.8 seconds. That was a shocker of a pit stop from Sebastian Vettel and the Aston Martin. I will not be surprised if we get a angry message over the team radio for Sebastian Vettel, and it is now a 10-second time penalty for Gasly because he did not serve the penalty correctly, and another black and white flag to Schumacher.
Gasly? Yeah, oh God. Gasly, Stewards, Gasly. I think you know each other. This is insane. Hamilton leads by 3.3 seconds.
See what Verstappen can do.
Yeah, the gap's increasing. Right, my friend's been happy with Lando Norris. What's he done? He's passed Tsunoda up into turn 1. Whoa, that's committed. And Lando? Yes, Lando. Very nice. At the inside then of Tsunoda, and basically forces him off the track, Nick.
I think he was far enough ahead. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm running out of superlatives in this Grand Prix. I think this might rival Silverstone for some of the best racing of the year. Legit.
Guess what?
Go on.
Fernando Alonso is closing up on Kevin Magnussen to take 6th. It was a couple of seconds ago 3.5 seconds. Now it's only 2.8.
I've given up. I've honestly given up. I'm not even providing colour commentary here. I was just shouting, oh no, oh no, oh no. This is how emotionally involved I am with this Grand Prix. It is just oozing passion. It is oozing superlatives as Lando again. That dives very late into turn 1 on the inside as well of Zhou Guanyu. And Lando makes the move for 10th position. A golden move from the golden car. Brilliant.
It's a disappointing Grand Prix for Daniel Ricciardo, who is, we could say, an American. Down last 17th, but
well, it's Martin.
Look at the top again. Hamilton and Verstappen.
3 seconds.
Verstappen chasing down Hamilton, as you just said, Joss, a 3-second gap. But I am looking further back. Norris chasing down Albon for 9th. Alonso chasing down Magnussen for 6th. And then here's Joan Cam again.
That's where Alonso... Yeah, it's not exactly stable. There's no fans in that grandstand either. Probably for the best. They probably would have got debris in them. Oh, a 5-second time penalty for Nicholas Latifi for forcing another driver off the track. Anyway, moving on. We've got 13 laps to go, and it's 2.7 now, the gap between Hamilton and Verstappen, so it's like 2021 all over again, but roles reversed.
Yeah, Verstappen's put the hammer down. He's started to ditch Leclerc a little bit as well.
Well,
Christian Horner has just gone on to the radio to Max Verstappen saying, it's time to get the stapler out.
Verstappen. While they're doing their accounts.
Yeah, they're trying to work out how they can... well, do you know, actually, the cheek of Red Bull, they've actually stopped the cost cap talk because of Dietrich Mateschit's death. They've used that as their advantage. I don't like that at all, actually. But Lando's going to make a move on Alexander Albon. Albon's in 9th, by the way. We missed that. He's completely in the points. It might not be for much longer, though, as Lando goes beautifully round the outside of Albon into turn 1. Lando has got a lot of fans here in the States.
I can hear them.
Yeah, they are cheering like mad. Amazing stuff. Oh, okay. So Hamilton's closing... Well, Verstappen's closing down Hamilton.
Yeah, Verstappen's got the fastest lap of the race, though, and look at that.
Half a second. And you'd think...
Nearly a full second on lap 40.
You'd think if it comes down to DRS, it's going to be like taking sweets from a baby.
And this is Latifi forcing Schumacher off the track.
Latifi locked up, though.
Yeah, I think he did. Let's have a look. Nick, what do you think? Yeah. Oh, well...
Yeah, well, he's not usually going fast enough to use the brakes. So.
I think that's a very harsh penalty for Latifi there in my book. There, he locked up.
Yeah, but he did force him off.
It was a double lock up on the right front.
He would never have stopped in time anyway.
I'll take the race director. No, I'll take your view on it, Nick.
2.2.
I don't know if I've got enough stamina to last the end of this race. I'm fatiguing up here in the commentary box. It's literally, I thought it'd be boiling in here. I've got the heater set to fan mode. It's that, I'm that hot standing in the commentary box.
Hamilton's got a lap time deleted. Sorry, Josh.
Where?
Turn 9.
Well, the gap's back to 2.7, Nick. Verstappen's made a mistake somewhere. Yeah. No.
I think Hamilton in the first sector seemed to have a bit more confidence, and then we get to these sectors and the Red Bull just brings it back.
Is this going to ebb and flow then for the rest of the race?
Yes.
Who's going to win it?
He only actually needs to catch up 1.4 seconds.
Yeah, and then he gets the DRS, doesn't he? Then it'll be, as you said, a breeze through. Yeah. So it's nothing. Yeah. Go on, Josh.
Yeah, your likes is Nick. Carl Larson is running the same livery as the number 48 and 77 in the British Touring Cars when they ran their vintage NASCAR livery at Brands Hatch.
Oh, wow.
Is he also going to end up in the wall?
Well, that's clearly a fake
I've heard rumours, right,
Alonso,
that Red Bull... wow. And here's Norris on Ocon.
Oh, beautiful over the bump.
Look up.
And no, it wasn't lock up. He hit the cement dust that was cleaning up the debris early on in the race. Norris goes out to 8th position, passes Ocon. Lando, to speak to the Dutch for a second. Let's go, Lando. Lando is the best. Is it Lando is okay or Lando is the best? I can't remember because Max is the best, isn't it? So Lando is okay, isn't it?
Leclerc, who's lost touch with Verstappen, is now being reeled in by Perez.
Oh yeah, Leclerc's looking at 2.6. Blimey. He's dropped off massively. Perez coming in. Verstappen's got 10 lap on medium tyres. Hamilton is 11 lap on hard. So Hamilton has the duration at the end of the race. Max has got medium tyres that will fade. We've got 11 laps to go of this Grand Prix. We heard.
Looks closer.
Oh, Lewis made a mistake out of turn 11 there. Just a reminder. Ocon into the pits. Okay, so he's having tyre problems then. A reminder. Remember earlier on in the race, Ferrari told Charles Leclerc that the medium tyre, the degradation, wasn't as bad as expected. So these mediums should still wear at the same rate then as the hard. So Max is still in the fight. Oh, there we go.
1.9.
So he's only 9/10 away until he gets the DRS. Hamilton, come on, Lewis. It's hammer time. 10 to go. You've got to do some mega defending, my friend. But something tells me the ball might not be in your court. 103 career wins, 103 pole positions. Is today the day it makes it 104, though? You're asking the wrong man.
Magnussen in 6th.
What?
The flying car in 7th.
Where is this pace coming from? Honestly, I've never seen this ever in a Formula 1 race, that we've just got so many people at different stages of the Grand Prix being fast. This track has suited everybody at some stage. Beautiful.
Latifi.
Well, Latifi just doesn't suit Formula 1. Oh, was I too cruel there?
1.7.
Here we go. Here we go. Looking good. Looking very exciting. As I can't see the regeneration, which has come up on YouTube. As I'm trying to get open back to the live studio. Here, thank you very much. My God, can you go nowhere on social media without seeing a regeneration?
Perez has gained another second on Leclerc. He could still get third.
What's the interval gap? 3.333. Okay,
gained about a second in a lap.
Mexican wave. A lot of Mexican fans in there, so they're cheering him on. There's Hamilton, 1.75, so 1.706. The gap changing as literally as fast as it is.
I do warn you, Joss.
Go on.
I do warn you that said TV program is trending on Twitter.
I'm not going anywhere near it. I don't even want to know what happens. I'm watching it after the race. I'm staying off social media as well as they come through. Josh, I hope you will be in the YouTube chat as well. Just keep an eye on things as well. I don't want to see anything. There's Brad Pitt, Nick. He's making a movie about Formula 1, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in the pit garage.
Oh, God.
I love your puns.
I've heard that Red Bull have overspent on a high rake setup.
Aidan Moffat. We need that on a t-shirt and send it to Nick. A picture of that with the high rake setup.
That is something WTF1 would do.
No, we need Aidan Moffat, wasn't it?
Aidan Moffat. Oh, hang on, what's it? Hang on a minute. Is this... That's Ocon getting past Latifi. Oh, well, we don't care about that. Anyway, moving on.
I think Ricciardo's still riding his horse.
Yeah, there he is. Oh, look, it's Danny Ricciardo. Oh, there he goes. Back to Vettel, who's trying to have a little look on Tsunoda. Oh, Vettel's race has just been absolutely ruined, isn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately, Conor Moore cannot do Sebastian Vettel in person.
I don't think he'd want to. I think there'll be a lot of swear words. There'll be a lot of bleeping as well. 9 to go. The gap is 1.5 seconds between Hamilton and Verstappen as well. And,
4.
Oh, this is going to be good.
1.3.
It's getting close. It's like Christmas. Unbelievable. My time screen hasn't even caught up. It's still saying 1.5. There it is, 1.5. Okay. Come on. What's this race got left? What has it got?
Well, that's not something you see every day.
2.5 as well.
Perez is closing in. This is just do it. Just do it. Do it. Just get this race good.
Only in NASCAR, folks. A car reversing in pit road.
Oh, is that on Miami?
Yep.
Oh, and that's debris flying from the back of Alonso's car as he gets past Kevin Magnussen. And Alonso is 6th, and he was flying. Just to remind you that.
I would just like to point out that if you go onto f1.com/vote, the 4th driver on the first row is Nicholas Latifi.
Oh, God.
It's like when...
Oh, it's the mirror. It was the mirror that flew off. The mirror's finally gone. Look, here he goes.
He will not need it, though.
3, 2, 1. He'll pull out. Look, look at that. It's the draft from Magnussen that forces it out. Well, he doesn't need the mirror.
Yeah, to be honest, he doesn't need it anyway.
Well, it's on the track, though.
Virtual, do you reckon? Get rid of it?
Maybe.
I could spice it up. 1 second. Gap is 1 second, but it's 1.051. It wasn't enough to trigger the DRS down the back straightaway. So it wasn't enough.
But he's currently under the 1 second.
Now,
if he keeps it going through turn 18 up towards turn 19, he will have DRS up to turn 1, which will make an amazing move.
The crowd.
One of two things are going to happen here. Verstappen's going to breeze by, or there's going to be a simply monumental accident.
Hands up for the accident. Hands up. This is going to be good. So, the gap in, he's got it. Max has the DRS up towards turn number 1. Right, last time they went side by side with each other, they nearly made contact. That was back in Abu Dhabi last year. Up towards turn 1 we go. Hamilton leads, 4/10 the gap. Verstappen might have to go for an inside move. Listen to the crowd as the helicopter provides the entertainment. The top two...
passes Magnussen.
Yeah, oh, brilliant. The top 2 men in entertainment in Formula 1 are back together. Come on. I don't know.
It's going to happen on the straight, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it down into turn 12, and we will get a speed trap reading as well. But Verstappen has got a track limit at turn 9, and I would just like to point out that on the first safety car restart, when Bottas went off, Verstappen got a track limit at turn 19 just before the restart.
Here we go then. He's got the DRS. Look at Lewis. He's already having to move over. Max has the DRS. He's closing him in as well.
Speed.
That is insane for the Red Bull as well. It's going to be easy into turn 11.
Go for it.
Hamilton goes defensive. Max sends it through. Max takes the lead. Listen to the crowd. Lewis is side by side. Lewis is going round the outside. They're not going to hold it. Max goes wide. Hamilton tries to come back. He can't do it. Verstappen takes the lead of the Grand Prix. Hamilton down into second. And Hamilton comes back. Verstappen goes over to defend. Lewis is not giving up on this one. 7 laps to go. 6.5. And it's at Mercedes. Tweets a heartbreak. But it's not over until the checkered flag falls.
That was a very late move by Hamilton to defend, like, I must say.
Yeah, it really was. Let's hear from Verstappen.
It looked like a bit moving under braking, but nice job.
Yep, you said it as well. They said it as well. Moving on to braking from Hamilton. That was a bit naughty, but Hamilton is staying with him. I believe Lewis is being told over the radio, Max attack.
Quick from Verstappen.
Let's have a look. Oh, he's broke his front wing.
Yeah.
Max has broke his front wing. Something on the straight hit him. Was it the wing mirror? Do you reckon
Possibly.
it was? Oh, so Max has got a problem. Let's see, what did he hit? It was the wing mirror. Oh God! Oh, the wing mirror hit the front wheel of Max's car. So Max has got a damaged car. This is why Hamilton is staying within the 10th.
We're just seeing replays though.
Well, he's out of the last corner now, down towards turn 12. Hamilton has the DRS on Verstappen. Verstappen's got a broken car. As we come down, that's going to be effectively, horribly. Is Hamilton going to make the move?
It's got no straight line speed, that Mercedes, at all.
Oh, he's going to have to... Oh, Hamilton radio.
With him.
Yeah, Max is going wide. Well, it's controversy again, isn't it?
Oh, Hamilton got snap there of oversteer.
This is getting controversial already. They've only been racing each other for 2 laps this season, and already it's just like 2021 again. They're complaining about each other, but they are staying with each other. 9 tenths the gap. Hamilton will have the DRS. Yes, he will. Let's hear from Max. Oh, God.
You need to make sure you're safe on track limits now, please, Max.
It just doesn't end with these two. They're not even fighting for the World Championship. They're just racing for a normal Grand Prix, and it still doesn't matter. 5 laps to go, and Hamilton is closing in again on Verstappen. Can we safely say Mercedes are back, or have they just got lucky today?
I don't know.
Lucky with
Go on, Nick.
with the slow pit stop for Verstappen.
Yeah.
And no Sainz as well? Sainz was here?
No Sainz, penalty for Leclerc and Perez at the start.
Yeah, Vettel went up to 9th, but Albon took that position back, and here is the fight and the battle which I was talking about going into the
Vettel's going to do it
triple
again.
Hando, and it's going to be side by side.
Vettel's done it again. Vettel did that last year against George Russell, and he's done it to his replacement this year, right round the outside. Beautiful. That is why Vettel is a champion. Honestly, that was brilliant. Bold.
And he's still going to get points.
Yes, he's 9th. And Alonso is closing up. Was he 25th outside? Alonso's got 6th then. Oh my word. And look at that, Vettel's having to go defensive as well. Black and white flag for Verstappen. That's track limits. So if Verstappen does it again, he gets a time penalty. This race might not be over. It's a black and white flag for the race leader of Max Verstappen. Radio.
Yeah, so you've used up all your strikes now, Max, so you need to be safe on track limits.
One more time, you'll get a penalty. 5 seconds will be added to your race time, which will put Hamilton as the race winner. The gap now is a second.
Leclerc ahead of him as well, almost.
Yeah, 5.4. So yeah, if Leclerc closes up, yeah, it would put him in. Hamilton's outside that second gap, but I can't see where he's on the line. Oh, he's coming out the last corner. Hamilton did have DRS then, up towards turn 1. He's staying within him as well as we start.
I'd say if Hamilton loses the DRS, then he'll lose touch fairly quickly.
Yeah, he's got to stay. He's got to push. He's got to push everything. Like so here, on the back straightaway between Vettel Where is this battle? It's 9th. Vettel 10th. No, Vettel 9th. Albon's 10th in the Williams. Tsunoda's 11th.
8th.
Magnussen's up to 8th. This is Vettel. And what's this? Turn 12. Tried to go around the outside of... Did he lock up? What happened? What did... Oh, yeah, he locked up and went straight on. So he had to give the position back to Albon. That's why that manoeuvre happened. Look at the fans. What really... Yeah. I need a break. I don't know. I don't know if my heart can take going back to Doctor Who. I honestly
Lewis
don't.
Hamilton, Joss,
wow,
on the radio, has said Red Bulls are too fast on the straight line, and we might hear it now.
Now at 3 strikes.
Yeah, you're right, Josh.
I saw that as well.
Yeah, exactly what you were saying on the radio. That's what we're hearing. So Max is going off wide. So the gap 8/10. This race isn't over yet. We're going to have a 3-lap dash. Oh, Hamilton locks up. It might be over now, though. That might have just done it for Hamilton. 1.1 the gap. He's lost touch of the DRS. A small lock-up, and I think that has done it. Race, I think, goes to Verstappen now. What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, well, it happened in... was it 2018 when he was battling with Raikkonen? Well, he went off a few laps from the end.
He did, didn't he? And that gave the position. That gave the win for Raikkonen, didn't it?
Yep. So it's the first time he's done it.
Copy.
So he's gone off again. Turn 9. So
yes, and it looks like Verstappen, unless that's and that's a delayed message.
Is Verstappen going to be given a penalty?
Be taking them with a pinch of
so.
salt if they're coming from Hamilton. But wait for the race directors.
Yeah.
Where's
Michael
see
Masi?
Max Verstappen personally go off at turn 20 as well.
Where's Michael? Where is he?
Black and white flag for Hamilton now.
What? Wow, what? Where's he done it? Hamilton, well, this could be Leclerc's win then. What? Let's hear from Verstappen.
Be careful.
Hamilton now also 3 strikes on track limits, so just keep it safe from here, Max.
Max went wide at turn 12. Max went all off 4 wheels off the track at turn 12, I'm sure of that. So he might get a penalty. Max might get a penalty. Lewis might get a penalty. Where's Leclerc? 5.9. I just don't know. 6 seconds. Look, Leclerc is 6 seconds behind Verstappen. So Hamilton would win.
Unless Hamilton gets a penalty.
Yeah, I can't work. Oh, well, we need. Well, instead of this useless gain lost, we need the intervals on the world feed because the driver track is not helping. We need interval on the world feed, please.
Lost a lot of time.
2.2. Oh God, he's lost it big time, hasn't he? This is
a lot of time. Yeah.
Max at turn 19. Oh, do you see that? He had to make sure he stayed on the track.
He's keeping it safe. So's Hamilton, I guess. That's why he's backed off so much.
Oh, nearly all 4 wheels off the track there as well. There's the interval. Leclerc is 3.9 seconds back from Hamilton and is 6.3. So at the moment, if both of them get a penalty, Max would still win the race. Just to inform you. And it will be Leclerc second with Hamilton third. So they'd swap around. Could you imagine Team LH? Could you imagine them with that message?
Twitter's going to be full of armchair experts. Russell's pitting, I guess, for the fastest lap.
Yeah, he needs to take that away from Max, doesn't he? Well, at the moment, Red Bull are the Constructors' champions, by the way, so let's remember to call that in a lap's time. 2.6 seconds for Russell, so he'll have 1 more lap to do the fastest lap.
The thing is, with track limits penalties, they're usually pretty instant. So if someone does go off, we're going to know immediately.
Hamilton's skidding. They're all losing time. It's like the tyres have just died. It's really weird at the moment. I just want to tell you something here as well at the moment. Alonso 6th, Norris 7th. They are currently battling each other on the track. The 2 drivers have made up the most positions in this Grand Prix. 3 tenths between each other. So Alonso over there versus Magnussen. And is that... somebody help me? Tim Cook. Well,
head of Apple.
Head of Apple. Thank you, Nick. We'll wave the checkered flag. Not this lap, though, Tim. Not this lap. Well, I think...
3 seconds the gap.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Max Verstappen is 1 lap away from breaking a record set by both Michael Schumacher and Sebastian Vettel.
I must say, at this rate, he's actually got a chance of pulling 5 seconds on Hamilton.
He has. I reckon that's possible. He could probably afford to push it. Go on. Oh!
Schumacher's under investigation for track limits.
This race has given everything. It's still giving.
Norris
As
is ahead
Norris,
of Alonso.
he's done it! Norris passes Alonso. What a move from Lando! I think they're still battling, you know. I'm looking at the driver tracker. They're just coming out of turn 15.
Alonso's then also got
out.
the RS down in towards turn 1 and turn 12 if necessary. So currently, I believe it's advantage Alonso.
Well, this has just been superb. The championship may have been settled in Japan, but let me tell you something. Kota has not been a dead rubber race. It's been absolutely fantastic. From lights out to checkered flag, 2 safety car periods, a 1 hour.
4.1 seconds.
How is he? He's going to get 5, isn't he? Just to show off. This is insane.
4.4.
4.5. He's going to do it. We'll keep an eye on it in the line. Well, it's been a long time coming for Red Bull. It has to happen this weekend.
4.6.
Yesterday, they lost their team owner of Dietrich Mateschitz. The best possible way to say thank you and honour his memory was victory. Max Verstappen exits the last corner, wins the United States Grand Prix, and Red Bull are the Constructors' Champions of 2022. Lewis Hamilton takes second by 5 seconds. He did it! Max pulled out the gap. Charles Leclerc is third. And what a podium!
5-second time penalty for Schumacher for track limits, so that will drop him down even though he's in 15th.
Magnussen makes a move on Vettel. Vettel's trying to go around the outside. This is for 8th position. Magnussen takes it. Vettel's going to try and push for 9th position. He's going to try and push hard. Magnussen's off the track. Schumacher with the penalty.
Very old tyres.
Come on, Seb. Pulls
Vettel's
round
going to do
it.
it again round the outside.
Round the outside of turn 18. Sebastian's going to do it. He's done it again. Push it, Seb. Go on, Sebby. Go on. Beautiful. Yes. Where's the smoke come from, though? Yes.
That was the
Magnussen dies on the inside.
fireworks.
Magnussen dies on the inside line of the Andretti. It hasn't worked. Vettel is 8th.
Well, don't
Magnussen
look too
9th.
enthusiastic about it.
Tim Cook couldn't be bothered. Sonoda is 10th. Sonoda gets the last point. Verstappen wins. Hamilton 2nd. Leclerc 3rd. Perez. And Gasly gets a 5-second time penalty. Gasly goes down to 14th.
Max Verstappen, you are world champion. We are world champions. Thank you so much. And thank you, Dietrich Mateschitz, for everything that you have done for us, for this team. And these championships are for you. Thank you.
No, this one was for Dietrich. I gave it everything out there, even though, of course, we had that stop. But, yeah, I was a bit upset, but I just keep pushing. And, yeah, congrats, guys. What an amazing season to win also the Constructors. You guys really deserve it.
Yeah, fantastic result, Max. And another milestone. I think that was your 13th win as well this year. Fantastic result.
3 more chances to add on that, mate.
3 more chances.
The Red Bull formation.
Yeah, it was a bit hectic, but good
Perez
job.
had better win in Mexico.
Yes.
Absolutely. Can we just add into this? Red Bull are Constructors' Champions for the first time since 2013. Mercedes, for the first time in the hybrid era, have been defeated in the Constructors' Championship. And what a car to do it. This year's Red Bull has been a step above everybody else. Russell did get the fastest lap, a 1:38.788. Let's hear from Lewis.
Lewis, that was a great drive, mate. Absolutely splendid day, that one. Oh, so close, mate, but yeah, we'll get him next time.
I gave it everything, guys. I gave it everything. We work with it yourself. That strategy. So close, but so far. Let's keep pushing. And thanks to all the supporters out there.
What a Grand Prix. I need a breather. Sebastian Vettel gets the driver of the day, and it's past Watershed. Bloody worth it. Amazing job. What a Grand Prix.
It's hard to choose between him and Alonso.
Yes, Alonso, 7th.
Do Alonso.
I think, should we
I will say.
How about this? Alonso, Lando and Vettel, who finished 6th, 7th and 8th, all get driver of the day.
Yes.
Nick, happy with that?
Yeah, why not?
I'll take it too. I need a break. Wow. Let's hear from Perez.
Thanks to him and to all the Red Bull family. Well done, guys.
I'm going to stay here, by the way. Go on, Nick.
They put massive weights on the board so they can't knock them over.
They have actually, don't they? I'll tell you one
So
thing.
basically,
Yeah, go on.
you're doing your own team harm if you run into it. Break the front wing. But Joss, would you rather have watched Doctor Who?
Oh. Can I watch Doctor Who first and get back to you?
Yes.
I'll text you later. The Grand Prix review, by the way, we're moving till tomorrow because I've just been told that I will not be in the physical state to do it afterwards. So we are moving the race review till tomorrow as well. We'll put it on at 5 o'clock or something as well. It's going to be a good one. Oh, my word. Nick, what a Grand Prix to make your F1 debut on. That was fantastic.
I enjoyed it.
I really did too. Hope you come do more with us.
Always around. Nothing
Always.
stops my Formula One.
Always comes through. You're more than welcome in the box anytime as they come through. Oh, look. There's, is that Lewis's stepmom? That's Lewis's mum and Lewis's dad there. Wow. As well. Kelly
One thing I
PK.
will say, though.
Go on.
Mick Schumacher probably just binned his opportunity for next season.
Yeah. I think Mick
With-
now won't be there for sure.
Magnussen in the points and him, I think he finished last, didn't he, with a penalty?
Mick's 15th, Ricciardo 16th, Latifi 17th as well. So
Okay.
Latifi was last. Latifi finished last again.
I don't think he's done himself any favours.
Wow. I can hear Checo. Sorry, my mind's on MotoGP. Simone says, that was amazing. Thank you guys, big thumbs up. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We certainly did up in the comms box as well. Next week it's all again with Mexico. Perez better win, as you say, Nick.
Gimme. Yes.
I really hope he does. He's got the best opportunity to do so. Please just let him win. Mexico in a rut. Go on.
Max could help him get P2 in the championship.
Yeah.
Nudge, nudge, hint, hint.
Yeah, that's got to be done, isn't it? Because Leclerc third, Perez fourth. Leclerc's got the advantage now after last time in
And
this one.
those two are pretty safe ahead of Sainz. Well, it's Russell, actually, isn't it?
Russell now moves ahead of Sainz, so Sainz not scoring today, yeah.
So they're quite a long way ahead of them on points. So
Stetson's hugs all round as well. Kelly PK then experiences another championship for herself as well. She's sort of become part of the Red Bull family. She's been there for a number of drivers in Formula One.
that's one way of putting it.
Is that Brendan Hartley? Oh, it's Alexander Albon. The blonde threw me for a second. I was going to say, if it was Brendan, Megan would be missing the commentary box indeed. Look at that. Christian gets in park. How's Christian got in Parc Ferme? How's that been allowed?
He spent some more budget.
He's greased the palms of Niles Vittek, the race director. 3:53. So that race lasted 1 hour 50 minutes. That was a long one, and it flew by.
Near the limit.
Right, come on, guys, don't eke this out. Let's get on to the post-race interviews then. Let's start off with David Coulthard.
Down in Parc Ferme. Let's hear from him and the top three.
Charles, that was a great comeback for you. Safety car obviously brought you back into the race. But when you had some good battles there with the Red Bull, the pace just wasn't quite there to keep them behind, but you must be satisfied overall.
Yeah, satisfied in a way because we started P12, so podium is a good achievement, but looking at the race, it's obviously a little bit disappointing. We had the pace, but then we had a little bit too much deck towards the end of the race, and yeah, but we'll work, and at the end, P3 starting on P12 is not that bad.
Yeah, we're seeing behind you on the screen, there was some good overtaking, some good racing out there. You're quite red in the face, so this is one of the tougher races, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It definitely is, especially the first sector with so much G-forces, and with a tire deck, you keep working with the steering wheel, which makes it even more difficult. But it was quite a nice battle with Checo, and then later on with Max. Yeah, we need to keep working in order to challenge them a bit more towards the end of the races.
So we're still waiting for number 2 and number 1 to come out and join us. So let's talk a little bit. Ferrari, racing for them in America. You have a huge following here.
Yeah, I'm extremely lucky to be a Ferrari driver, and I know it, but we need to keep pushing. It's great to be here, to see so many people and so many red shirts. So yeah, we'll keep working, and hopefully next year we'll win.
And you have a short turnaround now before the Mexican Grand Prix. Any upgrades coming for that race?
Any what?
Any upgrades, any more performance coming for the next Grand Prix?
No, it's not planned that way, but yeah, we'll try to maximize our package.
Okay, Charles, thank you very much. Enjoy the podium.
Thank you very much.
Lewis, getting some water down there. Charles has told us it's a tough race. You have a great following here. For a moment, it looked like the victory was on. You gave it everything. We heard you complimenting the team on the strategy, but just the underlying pace wasn't there.
Yeah, first I want to give a huge thank you to the crowd here. We have such an amazing crowd. This is the biggest crowd we've had here in the whole time we've been here. So big thank you, everybody. Secondly, I want to give a big shout out to my team. We came here with upgrades. We closed the gap a little bit. It was so close, but I did everything I could to try and stay ahead, but they were just a little bit too quick today. But great strategy, great race by Red Bull, and again, my condolences to the team.
Beautiful words, Lewis. Great respect there. Put us in the cockpit, as you can hear the crowd cheering for you there. This was a tough race. You love this race circuit, but how far did you have to dig deep to get yourself into that lead?
I mean, I'm shattered. The car was a handful today, and it felt amazing firstly to be in the lead. That's something we've been working so hard on as a team through the year, and I felt so much hope. But it's okay, we'll hold on to that, we'll keep pushing. We'll try and give it everything we can in these next 3. He'll come to us at some stage, so.
Okay. Podium, enjoy the champagne, and get a rest before Mexico.
Thank you.
Are we going to hear from Max? Here he is.
Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner, Max Verstappen. Wow, you worked hard for that one. It looked at a certain moment, it was slipping away. The pit stop, very uncharacteristic. There was an issue clearly with the wheel gun, but then you got your head down. You had to fight hard there with Lewis. How does this victory feel?
Yeah, it was a tough one. I mean, it was all looking good, but then, of course, pit stop was a bit longer than we would have liked, so I had to fight my way forward again. But, yeah, we gave it everything out there today, and, of course, it's a very difficult weekend for us, so this one is definitely dedicated to Dietrich himself, what he has done for everyone. The only thing we could do today was win, and even though after the pit stop it was not looking great, I gave it everything out there, and I pushed to the limit to come back.
So we saw you embracing with Helmut Marko as you got from the car. He's been instrumental, obviously, in so many drivers' careers. A great moment on reflection on the life of Dietrich Mateschitz to win the Constructors' Championship here as well. So, along with Checo, a great team effort this year.
Yeah, of course, we had a big chance to win the Constructors here, and of course, you want to do that in style, and I think we did that today.
Yeah, we're seeing behind on the screen the battles that you had, first of all with Charles and the Ferrari, and then of course Lewis here on the brakes. You had the DRS, you had to make it stick, and the battle continued to the next corner.
Yeah, it was a few corners, but this is a great track anyway for battling. Like if you pass one corner, you can come back in the next, and yeah, it's really enjoyable to drive here.
Does this victory mean more to you because of the emotion of the weekend, because of the passing of Mr. Mateschitz, than other victories?
It definitely means a lot to me, to the team, because you know he was so important for the whole team. He's so instrumental, and of course it will all continue. But we really wanted to have a good result today, and yeah, this is of course amazing.
Well, very well done. Go and enjoy the podium ceremony. See you in Mexico.
Absolutely fantastic as well. 13 races then for everybody from Schumacher, Vettel and Verstappen. And before they head to the driver's room, let's just confirm how they finished then so far. These are the provisional results from the United States Grand Prix. As the
oh no, this again.
I'm going to stop it actually. We'll do the results later because Oh, Shaquille O'Neal, 4-time NBA champion of basketball, has got that bleeding Cadillac again and is in Parc Fermé with the winner's trophy. I mean, really? Is that needed, guys?
No.
Why? Yeah, okay, you're an NBA champion. Well done, but why are you getting recognition at a Formula 1 Grand Prix? Nobody outside of America, I don't think, would know who you are. And that's not being disrespectful. It's just it's the end of the race. We should just be having a normal podium ceremony. We don't need this trophy being delivered.
Funny is like a one-off thing. If they're going to do it every year, then...
It loses its... Oh, let's say for the drivers. It uses its coolness. Is Max going to get kicked out like he did in 2017? That was the Stroll crash they're watching. Helmut Marko in there as well. You can't really hear much. There's jets going off. Here we go. They finally stopped.
Someone's let down Shaquille O'Neal's tyres.
Still battle a bit in the next corners. We can't compete with you on the straights.
Turn 11 was so bad.
Yeah.
The grip is
no grip there.
The digital. That's it.
Oh god, the Red Bull team have got in the Cadillac. The Red Bull team have got in the Cadillac, and they're on top of it with the Constructors' Trophy flag. Who thought this was a good idea? Red Bull. Okay, I'll accept one thing. It's nice that on the weekend of Red Bull owner Dietrich Mateschitz' death, Red Bull have won the race and won the Constructors' Championship. I'll say that.
Yeah, but what budget if they put that flag on?
The battle
They have had to move Lewis Hamilton's car to sort that.
Yeah, because if anybody touched it, it would have been game over, wouldn't it?
I love how Mohammed Ben Sulayem just looked over like, what the bleep is going on down there?
Lewis Hamilton will finish his effort. Charles Leclerc finishes in third. It's his 23rd career, if you can hear me, that is. It's his 23rd career podium in Formula 1. Lewis Hamilton gets his 189th career podium in Formula 1. Max Verstappen wins for the 33rd time in car 33. That gets his 13th win of the season. Where's Taylor Swift? She loves the number 13, as referenced in Midnight and every other album she's done. Weekend for the team. The Austrian national anthem for Red Bull. Constructors' champions this year. A wonderful achievement for Red Bull to win their 5th Constructors' Championship. And we will get now the trophy presented to Max Verstappen by Mike McCall. Max Verstappen wins in Austin. A fantastic Grand Prix. Checo's with the team in the Badalak. Mohammed Ben Sulayem, the FIM president, will present Dr. Helmut Marko. Actually, what was he doing? He was just handshaking everybody. The Constructors' Trophy presented to Dr. Helmut Marko. Constructors' Champions for another year. 10 seasons await. It's been a long time coming for Red Bull. Lewis Hamilton, Bobby Epstein, the chairman of the Circuit of the Americas, presents Lewis Hamilton with the 2nd place trophy. You can tell America love him. Charles Leclerc will get the 3rd place honours trophy by George Silverman, the president of the ACC US FIA. And now, in Austin, Texas, you know what it is. In the middle of the desert, it's about to rain because it's champagne time! What an American Grand Prix! A fantastic achievement! Red Bull are Constructors' Champions for another year. Max Verstappen is the World Champion for 2022. Everything's wrapped up. Simple racing, right? No such thing. Drama here in America. Mexico in 7 days' time before a 2-week break. Sao Paulo will have a sprint race as well. And then the season rounds out in just 4 weeks' time. Let's get the immediate reaction then. Nick, what did you make of the race? Thanks for joining us, first of all. What's been your moment of the American Grand Prix?
Alonso somehow finishing.
I'll agree with that.
Was he 7th? 6th?
7th in the end, Norris finished 6th. Who's your driver of the day, Nick?
Alonso.
Josh, member of the race and driver of the day, please.
Alonso and Alonso.
Okay.
But I will say the battle between Hamilton and Verstappen was good, and the Austrian and Dutch national anthem is the new British and German national anthem. It looks like.
Well, let's give you the coverage details for next weekend's Grand Prix of the Mexico City. It's the only one on next weekend is Formula One, so we've got dedicated coverage coming for you as well. As always, we start off with free practice one on the YouTube channel as well. That will be, well, actually we start on Thursday, don't we, with the drivers press conference, the Grand Prix preview. Practice 1's at 7 p.m. on Friday, practice 2 at 10 p.m, practice 3 on Saturday 6 p.m. Qualifying as well will be on air from 8:40. Session starts at 9 for the race. Lights out at 8 o'clock. We'll be on air again 6:45, same time here as America, with the Grand Prix review following straight after as well. Mexico is next though. Let's take a quick look at the race results as well. Max Verstappen wins with Lewis Hamilton 2nd, Charles Leclerc is 3rd, Sergio Perez 4th, George Russell is 5th, 6th for Lando Norris, 7th for Fernando Alonso, 8th for Sebastian Vettel, 9th for Kevin Magnussen, 10th rounding out the points for Yuki Tsunoda. Esteban Ocon is 11th, Alexander Albon is 12th, Zhou Guanyu is 13th, Pierre Gasly 14th, Mick Schumacher 15th, Daniel Ricciardo 16th, Nicholas Latifi 17th, Lance Stroll 18th, Valtteri Bottas 19th, and Carlos Sainz in 20th position as well.
Tsunoda is under investigation.
Is that for
leaving the track and gaining an advantage?
So that'll probably be another penalty for Tsunoda. Okay. Well, we'll have the Grand Prix review for you tomorrow at 5 p.m. You can join us there for that. I'll pre-record it and get it sent out for you as well with all the information from the day as well. Nick, any last words from you about this race?
I was trying to think of something punny to say, but too late for that. So, as long as Perez wins in Mexico, I'll be happy.
I agree.
Yes.
Josh, what about you?
Well, let's just say that Tom Cook, the CEO of Apple, was or Tim Cook, let's say,
yeah,
was waving the checkered flag as much as each iPhone gets updated every single time a new iPhone comes out.
Right, I've been told long 3 minutes is a long 3 minutes. My thanks to you, Nick. Welcome to the commentary box for F1. My thanks to you, Josh, as well. We'll see you all next time out then. So, in Austin, Texas, it's the Red Bulls who charge to the front. Who contained the bull? It's time to find out, because we're going to a country that specialises in it. Mexico is next up. See you then. Bye for now.